Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix.
Good afternoon, Jason.
Is it?
Of course it is.
All right. Just
Why
checking.
wouldn't it be? I'm happy.
Are you happy?
I'm happy about some of the moves that were made today and good riddance to a couple of others.
All right. Let's start there. Who's good riddance?
Randy Gregory. Enjoy Denver.
You know, you're wearing orange today.
I am. In honor of the Denver Broncos for taking that problem off of Jerry Jones's hands.
You know, it is a bizarre day, as they all seem to be up there at the ranch.
I love the Cowboys for that.
Technically, it's now the Star. The
Yes,
ranch
it is
the old days.
That's right.
So earlier today, they had an agreement in place with Randy Gregory. They even announced it.
Yep.
There's a link on DallasCowboys.com. Go there now. It says page not found.
Because it's done been torn up.
So the dude agreed and then changed his mind. Apparently, the Cowboys tried to slip some language into the contract after they had agreed on everything. And Randy got pissed and took essentially the same deal with the Denver Broncos that doesn't include the language.
Yeah, but it depends on who you are reading. There's so many different things going on here with all the folks up in Dallas. James Slater saying one thing, Clarence Hill something else. So I don't know. Clarence Hill from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram is reporting that the language was in there. It's standard that everybody has that in their contract except for Dak Prescott. He doesn't have it. And the language is basically, look, if you get screwed up or if you screw up and get suspended or fined, they can hold some of your money back is my understanding of it.
Here's the part that I don't understand is if you're Randy Gregory, I don't know if I should be mad at Randy Gregory or not, right? Is this on the Cowboys? Or is this Randy Gregory with his panties in a wad over language that essentially sounds like it should be in every contract anyway? And for the love of God, it should be in anything that Randy Gregory signs when you're talking about that kind of money because of his history.
Absolutely.
And you can't run from your history.
Well, and apparently it's not in the contract that he's going to sign in Denver once he can sign that tomorrow. But, you know, look, there's no loyalty in the NFL. We know that. The owners, the players, it's all business, and sure. I get that, and that's the way it should be. But if there's anybody that should be somewhat loyal to an owner of a football team, it should be Randy Gregory. If not for the Dallas Cowboys, Randy Gregory might be selling cars right now.
Or in jail.
So, you know, his
life would be very different if it wasn't for Jerry Jones.
I totally agree with that, and Randy Gregory should know that. But again, it's business, so I'm not going to sit here and rag on Randy Gregory for that because he has to get his. The problem is, if the contract was better in Denver, if there was something that I could point to that says, okay, I understand why Gregory's going to Denver, then it would make it better, but it's the same contract.
When I look at I really did believe heading into free agency, if there was ever a guy that would give a hometown discount, it would be Randy Gregory. Everything we have heard from him publicly and his appreciation for what the Joneses and the Cowboys have done for him. Now, that's very naive on me, because it is business, and he's got an agent to make those decisions for him. But you agree with Dallas, and then you don't. Now, granted, he hadn't signed anything in Denver. He could change his mind again.
He could.
Right? He could. This is why I don't like these situations. It happened with the Morris kid with the Spurs a couple years ago.
Right.
Make an agreement, sign a deal. It's got to be binding.
Yes.
Don't let somebody else come in and Hail Mary you. That's bad. That's bad business. This is bad on his agent's part for agreeing and then not. Although language that's in there that talks about you might not get it all if you get suspended. I think if you're Randy Gregory, you say, I've earned that. I've earned that. You're showing me a lot of trust with a whole lot of money, but I've earned the right that if I screw up, I won't get all this money.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair.
There's got to be incentive for you not to screw
So
up, and it's got to be financial.
Is Gregory afraid that he's going to screw up? I mean, all he's got to do is keep his nose clean. Now he's going to Colorado.
Pun intended.
Exactly. I mean, seriously,
Well,
it seems weird. Now, if the Cowboys slipped this in on the last minute, okay, I get it. But
did they slip it in and not say anything? I mean, and that's what I mean. It sounds like it should be pretty standard language in a contract. Why isn't it indexed? I don't know.
Or is it his agent's fault for not seeing that it was already in there, and that's standard procedure? Now, again, it depends on who you're talking to here, and everybody kind of thinks that it was in there to begin with. But apparently it's not in Denver, so he likes the fact that it's not there in Denver, and you got to wonder why.
Well, there's legal things in Denver.
Well, sure, but plus, Jason, is Randy Gregory worth 5 years, $70 million? No. I'll answer that question for you.
I think the answer is yes.
No.
And again, when you look at the 5 year 70, you look at the guarantee part of it. Yeah, Randy Gregory is worth that. Now, to lighten the mood, the complete 180, you lose out on Randy Gregory, but does that help you land Von Miller? Because Von Miller enters the conversation.
Could be.
Now, Von Miller is from the area, has a house near the facility,
right?
Lives there in the off season, no state income tax.
Yeah.
His money's going to go a lot farther.
Sure.
Oh, we can all get excited about Von Miller and DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Hell, even DeMarcus Ware put out a video talking about, hey, Von Miller, Dallas is nice. This is fun. You know, DeMarcus Ware played for Dallas, won a ring with Denver. He knows both situations. I'm curious because the Von Miller talk heated up immediately after the Randy Gregory switcheroo. Does it feel like the Cowboys maybe were playing the shell game? Wait a minute. Hold on. Bond's on the phone. We can get Bond for how much? But we got this deal with Randy Gregory. How do we blow this up? Clause in there. Oh, that'll piss him off, and he'll end up in Denver.
You know,
because yesterday we knew Denver was a part of the conversation.
If it was anybody else but the Jones family, maybe I would say, you know, that's pretty smart. I don't think so. I have a hard time buying that. But, you know, I don't know. And what the problem is, Von Miller's 33 years old.
Yes.
You're not going to sign him to a 5-year contract.
No. But
so 1 or 2 years, maybe. So I just don't, it's not apples and oranges. If you're trying to get a 29-year-old Randy Gregory for 5 years, that makes sense.
Sure.
But again, you can't sign a Von Miller to a 5-year deal. So if he's a stopgap.
Well, and that's what he would be. And
sure.
he would be a pass rush specialist.
Sure.
He's in passing situations. You're not going to get 80 snaps a game from Von Miller. But when he's in there,
he's great.
Or D-Law on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at what he did in L.A. with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Where the hell did that come from? With Aaron Donald on one side and Von Miller on the other.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is going to be the impact player, and the other one is going to get a huge advantage off of that.
There's no question about it, as did Randy Gregory this past year, as you've brought up, from teams paying attention to DeMarcus Lawrence.
And Robert Quinn the year before that.
So I think it's a great deal. If the Cowboys can land Von Miller for a couple of years, I think that would be outstanding for them. Can they do it, though? You know, we heard about Bobby Wagner today, talking about the Cowboys are like on tier 2 of what he's interested in. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but there are other teams that he'd rather play for, it sounds like, than the Cowboys. But if that doesn't happen, he's okay with the Cowboys.
Well, when I hear tier 2, knowing the Cowboys' financial situation, they're tier 2 of what they can offer me.
Maybe.
Because by all accounts, the relationship with Dan Quinn is such that he would love to go play for Dan Quinn again, but the Cowboys don't have the money that he is looking for. But it's day 2 of free agency. Contracts can get signed tomorrow, and he hasn't found anybody willing to pay him what he thinks he is worth, or we would have heard that Bobby Wagner is signed somewhere.
Well, apparently they got $70 million they can throw around. Is Wagner worth more than that?
No. And Wagner's not going to sign a 5-year deal either.
No.
But he thought he was going to make, what, $12 million this year from Seattle? So his wife has planned on spending $12 million this year. He's got to go try to find a gig that will pay him 12 or close to it. 7 million, 6 million, whatever it ends up being. Well, I mean, again, you look at Bobby Wagner, where he's at right now. Is he worth that kind of money? Will a team pay him that kind of money? And that's the crazy thing is all these guys, all it takes is one to say, we've got this much and we're going to give it to you. Christian Kirk on the surface is not a player worth $85 million, right?
No.
But he found a team willing to give him $85 million.
So that makes him worth it, I guess.
That makes him worth it.
Which is the same for Randy Gregory. I don't think he's worth 70, but obviously the Cowboys and the Broncos thought so. So now he's got to sign a brand new contract for himself tomorrow. There's all kinds of crazy money going out. And the guaranteed part of it. You know, Randy Gregory, at least with the Cowboys, and I'm not sure what it is with the Broncos, I'm assuming it's similar. Only $28 million of that was guaranteed.
Well, that's why. That's what you look at. And all these contracts that are getting thrown around, look at the guaranteed money, because that's what really matters. They might look good, they might sound good, but look at the guaranteed part, because every NFL player will tell you somehow those voidable years at the end, where all that big money is, doesn't end up in your wallet.
That's what I love about the NFL, though, because you see the NBA signing guys to these big contracts that it's, you know, and you can't get out of it, and they're stuck with it. The NFL's different. You're not stuck with it in some respects. You know, after a few years, you can get rid of that thing or restructure or whatever the case may be. I like that about the NFL.
You know, it's interesting, but it creates all the salary cap madness. You know, so it sounds good. It looks good for the agent. Yeah, I got my guy $70 million.
Sure.
28's guaranteed.
Right.
That's huge. That's huge. And a lot of times when you see incentives, they're not realistic. You're really not going to get there. And if you do, you had a Pro Bowl year and they didn't expect you to have a Pro Bowl year. Even Aaron Rodgers, the terms of his deal have been announced. $150 million. Only 123 guaranteed.
Oh, is that okay?
But again, though, 123 is a far cry from 150 guaranteed when you look at Kirk Cousins, who only works for guaranteed money.
And his agent, I'd want to hire his agent because his agent is a genius. How in the world do you sell Kirk Cousins and get him guaranteed stuff? Now, I know a couple of those were franchise tags, but my goodness.
Bet on yourself.
I want Kirk Cousins' agent if I'm anybody else in the NFL.
And I understand why these guys don't want to play on the franchise tag, Devontae Adams.
I don't know why.
But you can get yourself an insurance policy, Lloyd's of London. It'll cost you a couple bucks. But you can protect yourself on your potential earnings to make that kind of money in 1 year.
$18 million. And you're looking at management saying that's not enough?
That's not. Well, because it's only 1 year. He wants that every year, but he wants it guaranteed over, 4 or 5 years. And I get why you want the guarantee. Injuries happen. Sure. All that kind of stuff. But if I'm tying my career to Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know if this guy is going to decide next summer, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to walk away. Or Tom Brady, I'm going to retire. I'm going to unretire. I mean, you look at all the things that Tampa Bay teammates have had to do now, because they were making their plans to leave Tampa Bay to go cash in somewhere else. And one of the offensive linemen did in Cincinnati because, am I going to sign for 5 years here? You're going to play one more. And then what are we going to have? It's interesting. So many people's careers and livelihoods depend on it.
Well, if Devontae Adams, though, if you play under the franchise tag this year, and there's no guarantee he's going to do that. I mean, they may very well. They've got until June to get him a contract.
They'll work it out.
Exactly. So I don't know.
But you look at Dak played a couple of years on the tag.
Right.
DeMarcus Lawrence paid a couple of years on the tag.
And it paid off for both of those guys, did it not? And so I don't understand. I like the franchise tag. It gives the franchise an opportunity to keep you around, or at least be able to buy you some more time to get a deal done. So $18 million. It's just hard for us average Joes to say that I'm going to make $18 million this year for playing a game, and that's not enough.
It's not. You don't understand, man.
Well, I mean, I know you make more than that, but I'm just saying, for us guys that don't.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Talk to me. Talk to me, Ryan Eagle. Talk to me. I mean, you look at it and you sit there, the generational wealth that you could have. And for Randy Gregory, for language that seems pretty standard, that you could lose bonuses or guarantees if you're fined or suspended. And the word could is in there. Cowboys don't have to do that.
No.
But you look at Gerald McCoy a couple of years ago, had an injury clause in his contract, got hurt first day. Remember when he signed with the Cowboys?
That's right.
And, everything was there. He got hurt. There was language in his contract that voided it if he injured himself in the same leg blew up. Yeah, we're not going to pay you, and they didn't. Right? I mean, that's the business side of NFL. So when you look at it, I just sit there and I think, Randy Gregory, what else was going on? Or was this the Cowboys with a ploy for Von Miller? That, all right, well, wait, Von's online too? Huh. He's how much? Huh.
I'll believe that when I see that they've announced an agreement with Von Miller. As of now, that has not happened. So once I see that, then maybe I could buy that a little more than I do now. I think it's Randy Gregory saying this is an opportunity to go to a Denver team that's going to be pretty good. I mean, they are revamping and they're doing a pretty good job over there. I think Denver has a better chance of winning a Super Bowl than the Dallas Cowboys. Same deal. I'm going to Denver.
I would almost agree with that. I say almost. But we have certainly spent a lot of time over the last several weeks talking about how tough the AFC is going to be now, right?
Especially that division.
Especially in that division. So, you could say he chose the Broncos over the Dallas Cowboys for essentially the same money. I don't know. No state tax in Texas, legal weed in Denver. I mean, legal weed in Colorado. If I get pulled over, I'm not going to get in trouble. They're not going to know about it. But I also look at him now having to chase down Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Derek Carr. His life didn't get any easier for the same amount of money.
No, it didn't. But if you're Denver, you needed a pass rusher who showed something last year, albeit I think with some help from the other side.
Sure.
But
wait, hold on.
You need a pass rusher.
Hold on, time out. Was that an admittance from one Joe Reinagel?
Not necessarily.
About the importance of DeMarcus Lawrence?
Well, we'll see how DeMarcus Lawrence does now. If they get a Von Miller, that helps him.
Sure.
Because people are going to pay attention to Miller. And then Lawrence is going to have that opportunity. I'm saying is if you've got two guys out there and Lawrence's reputation helped him and helped Randy Gregory.
See, that's it. It wasn't Lawrence's reputation.
Of course it was.
Lawrence is an incredible football player that draws so much attention while he's not getting the sack numbers. He helped Quinn cash in with the Bears. He helped Randy Gregory cash in.
Are you related to DeMarcus Lawrence?
I'm his agent.
You must be.
No, I mean, I can look and it's not always about stats.
It's not.
But it's not always about stats.
What they're judged by.
It's impact on the field.
Nobody's looking at DeMarcus Lawrence and saying, well, he didn't have the stats, but look what he did over here.
Let's
pay him.
You know who's looking at that?
Who?
The coaches, the GM, and the guy that writes the check that understands the value that the man has, even if he doesn't have the stats. Even if you look at like a big nose guard that doesn't generate a lot of, but the impact that he's going to have. Your left guard, there's no stats there, right? But you understand the importance of a Zach Martin. They're impact players on the field, and if you're just looking at pure numbers, yeah, you're right. You're right. DeMarcus Lawrence, man, what happened? He got paid, and he got paid what he did because of his impact on the field, and he's helped other dudes get paid.
Or the Cowboys were catching so much flack from fans and former players because they were going to let DeMarcus Lawrence get away, that Jerry Jones, we better sign D-Law. That's so.
You've been in sports a long time, right?
I have.
You know a lot of coaches, right?
I do.
Let's go high school coaches.
Oh, yeah.
You and I both know a ton of high school coaches here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to a coach that said, yeah, man, those people in the fans stands, they kept yelling at me to throw the ball. So I screw it, man. We're just going to throw the ball.
Coaches are different than Jerry Jones and the Jones family. So we're doing apples and oranges here.
I think it's the same.
No,
I think it's the same. Jerry's not signing somebody.
There was an uproar.
If that were the case, then they would have not traded Amari Cooper. They would have drafted Johnny Manziel.
Jerry wanted to.
They would have fired Tony Romo years and years ago.
Tony Romo, he was a great quarterback.
Do you not remember how divided the fan base was while he was playing?
They were.
You know, yeah. I just,
which is
DeMarcus
and
Lawrence
rightly so.
is worth every nickel he's about to get.
We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yes.
And we will see.
Time will tell. I am fine with D-Law coming back. I was thrilled earlier today when I thought Randy was back. Screw that guy now. He's enemy number one.
He's done. Yeah.
He is.
Let him go.
But if we get a Von Miller.
That'd be great. I think yesterday it was Bobby Wagner you wanted.
I want them both. I'm greedy. I'm greedy.
I honestly believe Randy Gregory did the Cowboys a favor today.
There are certain things that you want and end up with something different.
Yeah.
That works out better.
That's absolutely true.
For example, the other day, I was at a drive-through line at a burger place that has similar colors to the UTSA shirt that you're wearing now. Now, I was at the one close to my house, and for whatever reason, I keep going back, even though they tend to always screw up the order, which is normally there's tomatoes on it.
You don't like tomatoes?
I don't like tomatoes.
Okay.
I'm allergic to tomatoes.
All right.
Right? And I'm in the drive-through line. So it's my fault that, I don't check it till I get home. Right. And you know what our Saturday night was like, because we were together. And my wife had to work on Sunday and I needed some grease.
Yeah.
So I go over to Whataburger and I go get myself a burger. And of course they screwed up my order. Right.
Put tomatoes on it.
No, they gave me a double bacon cheeseburger.
You didn't want that.
I ordered a number 7 with cheese, no tomatoes. So while I ordered basically the Whataburger Junior, which is what I wanted at the time, with no tomatoes, when I got home and I had a double bacon cheeseburger, they got it wrong, but I won.
You did.
Because I was happy. So it's the same thing here. The Cowboys wanted a Randy Gregory, but if they end up with a Von Miller, man, they got bacon. Everything's better with bacon. They win.
Well, they do. But again,
even though you're pissed at first.
Well, I was pissed. I went on social media right away and said, hey, good riddance, Randy Gregory. And then I even retweeted that and said, now, after seeing these reports, maybe I owe Randy Gregory an apology. And then after studying it further, realized that Randy Gregory's basically an idiot and wants to leave and he has no loyalty. So good riddance to Randy Gregory.
So you roller coastered and flip-flopped 3 different times on social media?
I want to get it right. I want to get it right. I didn't flip-flop.
Is that what you call it?
No. Because if you read my tweet, you'll see that I said I might owe Randy Gregory an apology. So let me look into this further. And once I did, realize that good riddance to Randy Gregory. He did the Cowboys a favor today. They don't need Randy Gregory at the Star.
Not if they get Von Miller.
Well, no matter who they get.
They
don't need Randy Gregory.
See, that's the problem. See, if I'd have got home with a fish sandwich, I'm really pissed.
Well, I mean, edge rusher in the draft is wide open. There's a ton. A lot of talent there.
Yeah.
Get a young guy.
Yeah.
Instead of a Von Miller who's 85.
Yeah.
No?
That's bacon.
Bacon.
Yeah. Bacon makes everything better. Let's be honest. It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. You want to be a part of the show? Easy to do on the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, or you can get us on Twitter. He is at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any gear, you know you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery Club down on San Pedro. Sam has plenty of inventory in stock, and not many can say that. He's got your polos, your T-shirts, your hats, the largest selection of caps, in fact, including the popular Richardson style cap in stock. Think about the spring, summer, need uniforms for your guys. Sammy can get it done for you. He's got over 700 uniform lines to choose from. And not just embroidery, silkscreen shirts as well for any occasion. And you think about uniforms and leagues. If you're in charge of the uniforms for your beer league softball team, little league baseball, soccer, softball, any kind of team sport, get those uniforms done locally. Get them done at Sammy's. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands. Call 210-824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's. Check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
There is a chance we may never have to spring forward or fall back ever again. We'll talk more about that after this Sports Center update. There is controversy in Dallas today. The Cowboys and defensive end Randy Gregory reportedly had a deal in place, 5 years, $70 million. But Gregory, well, he changed his mind. He's heading to the Denver Broncos for basically the same deal. He says the Cowboys tried to insert extra language in the contract last minute. Well, Dallas did re-sign safety Malik Hooker today on a 2-year, $8 million deal, but they lose offensive lineman Connor Williams. He's headed to the Miami Dolphins, of course, along with wide receiver Cedric Wilson. Deshaun Watson sweepstakes heating up after a meeting with the Saints and the Panthers yesterday in Houston. Reports are he's meeting with the Browns today, and the Atlanta Falcons have entered the fray. I'm Joe Reinagel for San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends over at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. Easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because, well, I've been an Ancira customer for years. Over the years, I've bought many vehicles from Ancira, including one that I have now, my daughter's car, my niece's car. Half the people at the radio station drive vehicles from Ancira, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with all the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available. And you know price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
We're out of the brand name, but we do have the generic version of
Serene's Pharmacy can't keep up with allergy season.
Who's next in line?
They need certified technicians to alleviate the headache.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry for the wait. We'll have your prescription filled soon. I need some help.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Hi, it's Rick. I'm at the Smith home. Where's Donnie?
Leaves and autumn bookings pile up for Rick's gutter cleaning service.
He's out? Come on.
He needs help before his bottom line gets clogged.
Okay, well, what about Cristiano? We still got 6 houses today.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 7750 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 7750. Enjoy.
Second it takes. The Blitz with Joe Reinagle and Jason Minix. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
You know, the more and more I think about the Randy Gregory situation, the angrier I might get. I don't know. We'll talk about it coming up with Bobby Belt at 5 o'clock. Bobby's the Cowboys insider at 105.3 The Fan. Also a producer for the NFL Network. Basically, most of Jane Slater's stuff on the NFL Network, Bobby produces. The guy's an incredible follow on Twitter when it comes to Cowboys news. It is The Blitz. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. You think about Randy Gregory getting to a state where weed is legal. And there's a lot of states now where weed is legal. Nevada is one. You know, Mike Tyson is making $1 gazillion with legal weed, and now he's just getting gimmicky.
I think it's genius.
Well, if I'm Evander Holyfield, I want a piece of this.
Yeah.
Because Mike Tyson is selling ear-shaped edibles.
It's genius.
It's called Mike's Bites.
Genius.
It is genius. But shouldn't Holyfield get a piece of that?
Well, he got a piece taken away. How about that? No, I mean, no. Maybe he should, but I think Mike Tyson is genius for coming up with this. And
edible ears, of all things?
Well, they're edibles that are shaped like ears.
Well, that's what I mean.
I think it's genius. Now we all, too, can learn what Evander Holyfield's ear tasted like.
That's gross. Ear-flavored edibles.
I will never forget that as long as I live.
Dude,
I was watching that thing live when that happened.
Me too. A couple of years ago, Super Bowl in Atlanta. Rob and I are interviewing Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
We're done with the interview. We take all the photos, and then Rob and I are joking around. Dude, all I could do was stare at his ears. Me too. That was they're still. Well,
yeah, they don't come back.
Well, it's not like a lizard's tail. They're just going to regrow.
No, they
you don't get a little plastic surgery done to fix your ears.
That was
pin them back, do something.
The most bizarre thing. But I mean, that's a topic at parties, I'm sure. Hey, Evander, ears looking better today.
I just don't know that you bring that up to Evander. He's still a very big man. That powerful punch. You don't want to piss him off.
I wouldn't.
But it was interesting that you couldn't help but just stare at his ears the whole time.
Now, you remember back then, who were you? Were you rooting for Tyson or Holyfield?
I'm a Tyson guy.
Well, I loved him, but I was in the Holyfield camp, so I was happy with both of those fights.
Yeah. No, I mean, when Tyson back in the day when he was just such a machine.
He was incredible.
And then, I remember, man, I think we were, 95, 96. Somebody can look that up. I was out in LA at my cousin's place when he had his first fight coming out of prison, right? Hurricane Peter McNeely. And we spent all this money on the pay-per-view.
Yep.
And, you think back then, those big old TVs were about 3,000 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And I'm at my cousin's in LA and we're getting the pay-per-view and before the pizza arrived, the fight was over.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Well, it was Leon Spinks? Was it
over in Japan? Yeah.
When he beat Tyson, when everybody thought, and that was a pretty quick fight.
Yeah.
So just the other way, but I don't think anybody was upset about that one because it was such like, you got to be kidding me.
Mike Tyson is just fascinating. There's just something about that dude that is just fascinating.
He's great in The Hangover.
And there's not many people that can lose $100 million 3 or 4 times to just make it back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts when you think about it.
And I'm sure these ears are going to do very well for him and make him a lot of money.
If you go watch any of his podcasts or his YouTube channels, the guy's printing money more than anybody that owns like a Chick-fil-A. I mean, the amount of money he makes in weed daily is insane. And of course, he gets to sample all his products, and he seems like it.
I would assume so. I mean, a lot of people like edibles because, you know, you just pop them in your mouth and eat them, and you don't have to light up or vape or whatever.
I got to admit, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Well,
I don't like how I don't like how I react to them.
Oh yeah,
no,
and this is not good.
No, nope.
You prefer to smoke it?
No, at this point, you know, I'm just old, man, old school.
I got you.
Yeah, but edibles aren't my thing.
Yeah,
they're not.
Well, I have to agree with you, and they're not mine either.
Yeah.
So, but some people in my family love them.
Sure.
So
no, there are a lot of people that love them, but I'm not a fan. I've tried them. Not for me.
No, not for me. And I can't do. We get into this. Is it legal in Texas?
At Joe Reinagle 210.
Yes. I can't do both. I can't drink, and I mean it really screws me up. So
Vegas is a wonderful place for a lot of things.
Yes, and that's how I found that out.
Yeah,
so it was like I can't do both.
I made the mistake once of. Because I've tried them a couple times. I've just never had a good experience with them. But I remember I took one, was like, well, that didn't do anything. Let me have another one. That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
It takes a while to kick in.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Kind of like how people's bodies are right now with the time change.
Yeah.
We work in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't know about you if you're dragging ass after the whole time change thing. It doesn't bother me. I love this time of year that I get off work at 7:00. I walk out and it's daylight.
Yeah.
I drive home, it's daylight. I can get home and I can go for a walk and it's daylight. Last night I got home, put a steak on the Traeger and went for a walk. Came back, steak was almost done, and you go about your day. Nice weather, you're able to do that. It's nice. This needs to be permanent. We say this every year. Well, today, some committee, some political thing, I don't know.
Was it Rubio? I think Marco Rubio introduced this.
But I don't know. I mean, it was a Senate thing, so I don't really, you know. And we need to call Jack Riccardi or somebody over on KPSA and figure out what all this really means. But politically, in the Senate today, either in a committee or the Senate, passed something to hashtag lock the clock.
Yeah,
to make daylight savings the permanent thing.
Is that it? See, I'm not sure. So is this time of year the original? Or was it the other time that was the original?
Well, it was in 1918. I don't know if anybody remembers.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, one of them had to be the original to begin with.
The idea was 6 months and 6 months, and now it's 8 and 4.
Yeah.
It seems most people prefer this.
Well, there's no need for it.
Well, no, I think, but the answer correct. Most people prefer this because
absolutely
this way, if you went the other way, there are places where it might get dark at 5, 6 o'clock. Nobody wants that. We want daylight till 9 o'clock.
Well, yeah.
I do, and that's all that really matters.
Well, it doesn't have to be till 9 o'clock, but I hate it when it gets dark at 5 or 4:30 or whatever it is. But the only problem is now, and what people get complain about, is it stays dark until like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Get up.
They got to get the kids off, and so that was the complaint there. So they like it the other way.
Hold on. Which way do you guys like it? 656 ESPN 656-3776 or on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. If we were Michael Jimenez, it would end up as a poll.
It would,
but we're not, so we won't.
That won't happen.
But Jimenez, you can create one.
Yeah,
go for it. This is the time. This is the right time. I hadn't thought about kids at school. I don't have a kid. Well, I don't have a kid in school anymore. She's 23. I could see that. But at the same time, think about your after school practice. If you're at a field that doesn't have lights, you can have practice later. You know, it's that you're not you're not rushing to get to practice. This is the time of year I think most like. In Arizona, they don't change the clock.
There's 2 states, right? It's Arizona. Is it Hawaii's the other one? There are 2 states that don't do it. They don't change the clock.
I got a kid living in Arizona. Last week, if I called her, she's only an hour behind. If I call her this morning while I'm driving in, she's 2 hours behind and still asleep.
Of course.
Which is fine.
I don't call her at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Why?
You're not awake at 8 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Only time I see the sunrise is if I'm waiting on an airplane.
Yeah.
That's about the only flight. That's about the only time I'm up early.
I get up early.
Well, you're old.
Well, I gotta go work out,
You work out at 10.
8:30.
You work out at 10.
8:30. I'm telling you, 8:30. Why would I lie to you?
Well, you told me before.
You're welcome to come down there anytime and see what's going on.
At 8:30.
At 8:30 in the morning.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Looking at your eyelids?
Yes. 8:30?
8:30, yeah. Well, Maggie's got to get up anyway at 7.
Okay.
All right, so I'll get up with her. We'll drink some coffee. And now I'm getting plenty of sleep anyway. So, I mean, before when I was working nights, I mean, it was a problem. I wouldn't get a lot of sleep. But now, no problem.
So your wife gets up at 7?
She gets up at 7. She's got to log in by 8 o'clock.
Because she still works from home.
Well, today was her first day to go to the office. So she's going to be going to the office a couple days a week.
Yeah, more and more companies are starting to do that. I found one person who texts me. She will remain nameless. I hate this time change.
This particular one.
Not today. I can't even read her hashtag. It's ridiculous. But she's wrong. You're wrong, Mary. This is the time of year that everybody should like. And it's better.
Well, I prefer it. I do. And so if they're going to leave it alone, leave it. I don't care what they do. Just go to one of them and leave it.
Yeah, but this one's better.
Well, that's fine.
This one's better.
Just leave it alone. I'm sick of the clock change.
I mean, if you're older, like you just texted me, and goes to bed at 8 o'clock, I suppose that makes it difficult to do that.
Dude, there's one clock in my house. Well, I take that back because it's the microwave and the oven still. You got to change. But there's one I got to get up on a ladder. I got to pull it down. I got to change it and then put it back up. And it's like, come on.
You even own a ladder, or do you have to borrow one?
Well, no, I own a ladder.
Okay.
I don't need a real ladder. It's like a step ladder that you get up there with. So
but you got to change it and still put batteries in there?
Well, and then we change, it's like you change the battery and all that stuff.
It's there for decoration.
It is. It works, though.
See, we have one, used to be in our living room over the fireplace in the old house.
Okay.
In the new house, it's in the master bathroom above the bathtub. It hasn't been right since we moved in, nor have I bothered, because it would be a pain in the ass to try to go change and set, and it's just there for decoration. I have no idea. It's right twice a day.
It is a pain in the ass, and that's the problem. So just end all of this. I saw a great tweet or a meme or something, whatever you call those things, on social media.
Yeah.
That the guy says, the clock in my car is finally right. My patience paid off. I thought that was pretty funny.
I know. His name is Joe Reinagle.
Actually, that's a beautiful thing about the car. They change.
Yeah.
So that's good. The phone changes. Most things change automatically, but that pesky oven and microwave.
Here's the thing. The Senate did something today to try to make this a national law. If I remember correctly, I think we go through this every year. I hope I'm giving them proper credit. I believe Lyle Larson puts something in on the state side every year, and for whatever reason, it fails every year.
I don't know why.
But there are some politicians that could get in the good graces of a lot of people by making that happen.
If somebody could tell me what the benefit is of changing the thing twice a year, then maybe I'll listen. But to now, there's no good argument for it.
I mean, because what it started at and why it just doesn't seem to make sense. You want to get my vote? Fix the time, Legalize sports gambling and weed, and we're good to go.
And yeah, sports gambling for sure. You can do weed, that's fine. I don't care. But I'm just saying sports gambling.
And I don't even partake, but I just think it's dumb that we don't have that. In 1993, in one of my classes at San Antonio College, I had to write a paper. And the paper was, if you legalized weed and sold it at HEB, you go into HEB, they've got the baggies, they've got scales, they got everything you need right there. And if you were able to put taxes on it, how much money could it generate? I wrote that paper in 1993 at SAC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Drug dealers, it is at Jason Minix.
I'm not trying to hone in on anybody's business. I was just trying to figure out, I had to write a paper about taxes. And think about it.
It makes
you got your scales and you got your baggies. Everything's right there.
Think about how much money the state pulls in if weed and gambling are legalized. State of Texas would be.
They might be able to finish the construction on I-35.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't think that has anything to do with money.
That crap on 1604.
That has everything to do with the workers needing a job for a while.
Is that what it is?
It's like, we'll slow play this, and then we'll have this job for 5-10 years.
Bobby Belt, the Cowboys insider from 105.3 The Fan up in Dallas, will join us in about 15 minutes for the latest on the Cowboys. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the Blitz live out at the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Got tournament action, the play-in games tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, the Silver and Black will also be in action, and we'll get you ready for Thursday's action there, and no better place to go watch all the games than the Rue Pub there with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and go hungry. The food at the Rue Pub is fantastic, all made from scratch, and make your plans now for Thursday. Not only is it day one of the tournament, of the full tournament, the real tournament, not the play-in stuff, but it's also St. Patrick's Day. And you know the St. Patrick's Day parties at the Rue Pub are legendary. They're going to be right next door with the Angry Elephant, block off the parking lot and have a big old block party, outdoor stage with live bands, inside DJs, and the games are going to be going on. The green beer is going to be flowing. You want to party, you get into the Rue Pub there on St. Patrick's Day, 281 and Redland Road. The Rue Pub next to the Angry Elephant, St. Patrick's Day. We'll see you at the Rue.
Where the superstars of tomorrow are found and where teams build for the future. Free agency and the NFL Draft. Prescott, Lamb, Burrow, Mahomes, and more. Follow every minute of free agency and the NFL Draft and stay connected with San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Are you at a dead end when it comes to dealing with that awful joint pain? So was Rick Rawlings.
I did 1.5 years of steroidal injections in my shoulder, both shoulders. They weren't helping at all, and it was just a Band-Aid.
As for the constant pain medication prescriptions,
I didn't get any relief. I didn't get any sleep, so I just stopped taking them. I didn't want to get hooked on drugs.
But one day,
I heard a commercial on the radio about QC Kinetics.
Rick called QC Kinetics and learned all about natural biologic therapies, non-surgical treatments that actually help the body restore damaged joint tissue. And it was life-changing.
After doing the QC Kinetics, I feel like I have a new life again. Today, my shoulders feel wonderful. My only regret was I wish I had done it sooner.
From dead ends to new beginnings. Call today and learn about QC Kinetics' long-lasting relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to use humor. But we don't want to insult your intelligence, so nothing too goofy. And we need to avoid any polarizing topics. Oh, and it has to be about how you can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. You know what? Maybe humor is a bad idea. Yeah, it's never going to work. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
My leg was painful, red, and swollen just doing the crossword puzzle. I could have put off telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
He told his doctor and found out his leg pain, swelling, and redness are deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to the lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. If you have one or more of these symptoms, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Searching for fun ways to spend your tax return? Boats for cats. Oh, flotation devices for cats. Don't waste it all on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk. Get our Silver Unlimited plan for $45 a month with unlimited high-speed data and 5 gigs of hotspot data on the nation's largest, most dependable networks with nationwide 5G. If you're looking to get the most out of your refund, your search ends here. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart and Walmart.com. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
The crazy world of SEC football.
I'm East Coast, baby. All you weak back Southern boys don't know nothing about East Coast.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, tomorrow afternoon at 2, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's Rob Thompson. Join Rudy J and I tomorrow morning from 7 till 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Bobby Belt will join us in about 10 minutes. We'll get the latest on the Cowboys and the Randy Gregory situation. Randy's agent was just on 105.3 The Fan, so I'm sure we'll talk to Bobby about some of the things he said. And, agents do what they do for their clients. So that's coming up in about 10 minutes. But staying on the NFL, Joe, we've been talking for so long about Amazon and their push for a big name play-by-play person. They wanted, they have gone after everybody and seemingly struck out on all the big names, right? Kirk Herbstreit ends up as the analyst. That doesn't affect Herbie's ability to work for ESPN and do all the college football he's always done. He's just going to have a job on Thursday nights on Amazon doing the NFL. And then they were going after all these other names for the play-by-play chair.
Yeah.
Al Michaels is getting a 3-year deal with Amazon to call Thursday night games.
3-year deal worth 10 per.
Yes, it's according to the New York newspaper, 3 years north of $30 million.
Now, if I'm Al Michaels' kids, I'm very happy about that deal.
His grandkids. Dude is 77.
I had no idea he was 77 years old.
He's been on your TV your entire life. What do you mean you didn't know he was that old?
That just blew me away when I saw that, 77. I had no idea. The guy looks great. He doesn't look 77.
He doesn't. And I'll tell you what. He's still at the top of his game.
Yeah.
Working with Collinsworth all those years had to age him some.
Who in the hell is going to be paired with Collinsworth now?
Mike Tirico.
Oh, that's already been announced.
Well, yeah, that's why they pushed Al Michaels out the door.
Okay, I missed that.
When they hired Mike Tirico, it was for that job, and it's just taken a couple of years for them to finally get there. But, they said, dude, you're 77. You got to go.
Poor Mike Tirico. I feel bad for him.
Tirico's awesome.
Well, he is.
But again, though, Collinsworth is what he is. But Al Michaels at 77.
Dude, that's nuts. So he'll be 80 years old when this is done.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It is. And at what point, now granted, he works 16 weeks a year. He just called a Super Bowl.
Yep.
He's fantastic, still at the top of his game. You don't listen to him and think he's lost anything.
No.
We kind of did with Keith Jackson.
It was the best.
We kind of did with Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
Brett Musburger. You think about some of those big name play-by-play guys. Al Michaels has not lost it at all.
I agree with you. He is fantastic, and be interesting to see how he and Herbstreit pair up together.
They're both pros.
Absolutely.
But Amazon.
But Herbstreit's not an NFL guy. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any, I don't know, there's not obviously a difference in the game, but it'll be interesting to see what Herb Street brings.
You know, when I've seen Herb Street and Fowler and those guys do the extra Monday night games or some of the NFL, they are so good at it because so many of the players they are talking about aren't that removed from college.
That's a good point.
And so there's a lot of depth that comes with what Herb Street offers. And I credit Amazon. They're getting into the NFL game. They want that instant credibility.
Yeah.
And you're going to have that with Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. No, it's not Peyton. It's not Troy. You know, some of the names that we know they were going after, but Herbstreit, man, good gig because you get to keep your regular job at ESPN.
That's a great gig. It's just like a second job that you pocket a few more bucks. But I mean, to get a guy like Al Michaels though, who is again, top of his game, even though he's 77 years old and he's a huge name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that gives Amazon, whether you're going to listen or watch because of Michaels or not, I mean, that's huge to say that he's the guy.
It's credibility for the games that they're serious about being in the NFL. They're spending a ton of money on their broadcast booth. And when they try to go get their advertisers, they're wheeling in some big dogs.
Is Amazon going to have advertisers?
Dude, it's
don't
NFL.
you have to pay for Amazon anyway?
You know, when you pay that much money for the rights to the NFL, you're going to sell a whole lot of commercials to be able to try to recoup that money.
I guess, but
they didn't spend the rights fee money not to make money on it, and they make money on advertising.
I just thought about that. I'm thinking, well, you know, we all pay for Amazon anyway, and a lot of people now, if you're not subscribed to Amazon, you're going to be. If you're a football fan,
and if you notice when you're watching Amazon, you see commercials in there when you're watching some of the shows.
Some of them you do,
because there's advertising in there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Not really.
No, it really does. Yeah, it really sucks. I'll get over it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you will. Bobby Belt joins us next here on the Blitz. If you're looking for an electrician, there's one available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. It is Hill Electric. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whether you need additional outlets or USB ports, you need to fix that fuse that always blows or the flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074 or go online, hill-electric.com.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning? Here's what you missed.
You're one of the others.
It's like Android or Apple.
It's true.
You picked your team.
You're a green guy.
Who's messing up our group text right now? Pledge.
The producers are green guys.
Because they know that it's better. Apple is skinny jeans. Samsung is boot cut.
That is the best description I've ever heard.
Samsung is dad bod. Then I should have Samsung.
I've got the wrong phone.
I got the wrong phone.
Rob Thompson, Rudy J. Weekday morning 7 to 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar is San Antonio's home for all things sports and games. With 4 area locations, visit us at North Star, Nacogdoches Medical Center, or the St. Mary's Strip. Slackers has you covered with 7 days a week happy hour starting at noon and wall-to-wall HD screens and projectors for your sports viewing pleasure. Catch all your favorite sports programming at Slackers. We are San Antonio's home for all things sports and games. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar. Find us on Instagram and Facebook at Slackers Bar SA.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
My stomach.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
What's that?
It's Pepto-Bismol Chews.
Pepto-Bismol's in a chew?
Yeah, they taste great and provide fast relief. And you can always have Pepto-Bismol handy.
Ooh, let me try it.
Try Pepto-Bismol Chews for fast relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
With the tournament coming to town, San Antonio Sports Star is heading downtown for Yingling Lager Hoop City at Pinkerton's Barbecue. Starting March 24th, the Blitz, halftime, and Saturday morning hangover will all be live at Pinkerton's Barbecue at Legacy Park, where you can watch the tournament games on the jumbo screen. Chances to win a Yingling Grizzly ice chest every hour during live broadcast, as well as Pinkerton gift cards. Enjoy Yingling Lager, Light Lager 99, Golden Pilsner, and Yingling Fright for $4. Yingling Lager Hoop City at Pinkerton's Barbecue, the 24th through the 26th.
Live, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He is Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. It has been an interesting day for the Dallas Cowboys. Early reports, Randy Gregory re-signed with the Cowboys. Then, nope, Randy Gregory is signed with the Denver Broncos. Let's try to figure out what happened with Bobby Belt, Dallas Cowboys insider for 105.3 The Fan. He also does a lot of great work with Jane Slater in the NFL Network. Bobby, take us through the day in this Randy Gregory situation.
Yeah, well, first off, thanks for having me on. I think that, look, there's a lot at play here. There's a lot, I think, of background that needs to kind of be fleshed out to fully understand what happened. Because I think a lot of people view this as there was just some complicating factor at the end. Cowboys tried to slip in some sneaky language into the contract for Gregory after they had agreed to it, and that Gregory's team kind of balked at it and walked away. In reality, I think there was it was more about a miscommunication about what was expected in that contract language, what was considered standard in that contract language. But I think that there had been so much damage done in recent weeks in the Cowboys negotiations with Randy Gregory that even though they'd come to terms on a deal, there had been a lot of hurt feelings in the weeks leading up to that. And for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, after you come to this agreement, for what from your perspective seems like, a little bit of shady business being thrown in there at the last second, then it causes you to feel like it's kind of like the last straw. And I think that that's where Randy Gregory's team got to. And, at that point it was like, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and move on. And they hadn't built up enough credibility, I feel like, in those negotiations to be able to weather that sort of, I guess, misunderstanding. But I mean, I think that Peter Schaefer, the agent for Randy Gregory, would say that there's not a misunderstanding. I think the Cowboys viewed it as this was a misunderstanding. I think Peter Schaefer's, Randy Gregory's agent views it more as something that should have already been handled and something that they had already intimated to the Cowboys. And so that's where we're kind of finding some murkiness right now, is trying to figure out what exactly is that, what is the truth there in that spot. But I think overall, this just basically comes down to there was damaged trust over the last few months. And so it made it really easy for something to turn it south at the last second.
Now, Bobby, when you look at the Denver deal, was that something that was already in place or something that just kind of came up here at the last minute that gave Randy Gregory an opportunity to look elsewhere?
My impression is that Denver deal was something that they had already been discussed. In fact, it seemed like the Cowboys were allowing a lot of their free agents this offseason to go into the negotiating period and work out some potential deals and then come back to the team and say, like, hey, let's work on this, and this will be our negotiating point. And I think that's kind of what we ran into with this. I think Denver had an offer on the table. That's kind of where Dallas and Gregory were working off of. And then ultimately the language, I think, complicated things.
Bobby Belt joining us here on the Blitz. He's the Cowboys insider for 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. Bobby, so much talk about the language in the contract, and I'm seeing conflicting reports from those that I trust in the business that say the language is standard. Others say it is not standard, and basically it was language that would void the contract if he was fined or suspended, which I think if you're Randy Gregory, you should expect that kind of language to be in there. Is that standard language in most NFL contracts? And do you know?
No, it is not. It is standard language in Cowboys contracts, but not NFL contracts. And I think that's part of where the misunderstanding comes from, is because the Cowboys have this certain expectation, but a lot of NFL agents don't necessarily have that expectation. And so when you've already gone through a tough negotiation and you feel like you've settled on a number of things, then when they essentially give you their copy and pasted, form contract with some of the specifics that are in there, they view it as, this is the standard. This is what we always expect. This isn't even anything that we would discuss in negotiations. It's just part of the contract. If you don't want that in there, we're happy to talk about it. But I think that, they viewed it as, no, this is something that we didn't want. This is something that should have already been handled. And so when they saw it pop up in there, even if the Cowboys viewed it as standard, I think that his side didn't view it as standard for league negotiations and thus viewed it more as something they were trying to slip in. I think, like I said, there's a little bit of miscommunication, I think, at play here, honestly.
All right, so Bobby, help me understand there. If that's standard within the Cowboys contracts, safe to assume then it was already in Randy's current contract with the Cowboys that just expired. So maybe the Cowboys didn't feel like they were slipping it in, but the agent probably should have been prepared for that too. If they know what the Cowboys typically do, and that was, and he's got clients with the Cowboys he has seen at Cowboys contracts before.
He had seen that one. I actually don't know of many other ones that he's negotiated. He has Lyle Collins under contract, but Collins' contract was negotiated by somebody else. And so if he wouldn't have been part of those negotiations, then that can, be something where he doesn't necessarily think that's standard. It may be in there, but maybe that's something that he believes was negotiated as part of their talks. Peter Schaefer has intimated, I think, that they made this clear that they wanted this language wasn't in other contracts and they didn't want it in theirs. And I think the Cowboys, that's where there's a little bit of a disagreement. The Cowboys are saying that as soon as they found out, they were willing to take it out, but that, they weren't really given a chance to do that. When they found out this was an issue, they were, according to the Cowboys, people at the Cowboys, they were taking it out. They were going to take it out and send the contract back over. But by that point, there had been, too much damage done and they decided to go to Denver.
Okay, Bobby, it didn't take long for Cowboy fans, though, to feel a little bit better because Von Miller, the rumors almost immediately start popping up. Is that a legitimate something that the Cowboys are looking into?
Yeah, I think that there's definite interest on both sides. The Cowboys are going to have to figure out, they were banking on Randy Gregory being here. And the fact that that's not happening now, or doesn't appear to be happening now, I guess anything's possible. You're not going to be able to sign until tomorrow. I think that that's something that, they're going to have to bring in a veteran. They can't just go ahead and, address that sort of thing for the draft. It's a very deep draft for edge rushers, but they were expecting to have a certain arrangement at their defensive end spot. And I think that this complicated matters for them. And I don't think they wanted to throw off their draft plan. So I think that they are going to have to figure out some sort of veteran pass rushing presence now. And, Von Miller would fit that. It's just remains to be seen if the money will be right.
It's going to be interesting because, Von Miller, you got DeMarcus Ware tweeting out a video encouraging Von to sign there. Micah is recruiting not only Von, but also Bobby Wagner. With what you're hearing as a Cowboys insider, who is most likely to end up on the Cowboys roster next year of these veteran guys that we keep talking about?
Von Miller would be more likely than Bobby Wagner, I think. Wagner, I don't think is, or at least wasn't. The newly freed up money potentially by not having Randy Gregory here may change some things, but I think that the Cowboys weren't willing to get to the level that Bobby Wagner was going to want salary-wise. And so, I would think that Von Miller would be a more likely option for you there. We'll just have to see if it actually works out.
And quickly, Bobby, I want to talk to you about DeMarcus Lawrence. This thing seems, we're hearing all along that this guy, they're going to release him. They're going to let him go. And Cowboy fans were screaming. Was that ever legitimate that they were thinking about actually letting him go?
Yes, 100%. The Cowboys last week were trying to figure out, their leverage point in order to get a deal done was they were, I think, leaning on the fact that, all right, well, we will move on from DeMarcus Lawrence, but we will not do it till potentially the summer. Maybe we don't do it till June or July, and then he has to go out and get a minimum deal once the market's dried up. And so I think that was where they were trying to kind of lean on that, and I think both sides ended up coming to the table and working it out. But there was absolutely a point, I think, where both sides thought this is going to come to an end.
It's so bizarre. It's really this whole thing has been bizarre. And, kind of everything I'm hearing from you, Bobby, I'm wondering if Does Randy Gregory go have dinner? I know all the Cowboys brass are at the funeral for Marilyn Love, who was Jerry Jones's longtime assistant. Right now they're not doing business. They're, it's personal for them right now, and they need that time. I get that, but nothing is officially signed. Does Randy Gregory change his mind again if they take that clause out?
I mean, I don't see it. Like I said, I guess anything is possible. But I think that this had reached a little bit of a breaking point. Like I said, I think they weren't necessarily appreciative of the way negotiations were handled. And I think it just allowed them to kind of just say enough. And I think that's the spot that we got in here today with Randy Gregory. And I don't know that that's going to be able to be remedied, because the Cowboys were saying, we'll get this fixed. We'll knock it out right now. And they weren't having it. They went to Denver. And so I don't know that a day of them continuing to insist they're going to fix it, unless they can come to, maybe they have some sort of discussion about clarifying where they think there was a misunderstanding. And if that's convincing to them, potentially, maybe then we see a move. But, I would at this point bank on Randy Gregory going to the Broncos.
Fun and interesting times, as always, up there at the Star. He is Bobby Belt. He's a great follow on Twitter as well. Cowboys insider for 105.3 The Fan. Does a lot of work with Jane Slater there at the NFL Network, and she's on with us a bunch. Bobby, always enjoy your work, man. Appreciate you taking the time with us today.
I appreciate you.
Good stuff. Bobby Belt.
Yeah. That's interesting, though, Jason, and some of the things that he said, especially when it's DeMarcus Lawrence. When he signed that deal, I'm thinking, well, that was going to happen all along. And then all of a sudden, according to Bobby, they were seriously close to letting this guy walk.
Well, at the right price. And so once the numbers got there, but I think the fact that it wasn't done sooner, that it was like, why did you wait until now? His agent on 105.3 The Fan I haven't heard the interview, but just what I've seen tweeted about the interview with his agent with the boys up there on the Fan, that even at the combine, hey, if the Cowboys cut you, we want you. You're number one on our list. And
sure.
that was the Broncos. So I think there might have been a lack of trust or frustration for Randy Gregory that you keep telling me you want me, but where's the numbers? Where's the negotiation? Why are you letting this get up there? Why are you letting me work out a deal with Denver and then deciding if you want to match it? If you love me, show me you love me.
Well, come on. And that's unrealistic on Randy Gregory's part, because the Cowboys had a lot of other stuff that they needed to take care of. One of them was DeMarcus Lawrence. Can you imagine how close the Cowboys came to possibly losing both of those guys? Think about that. When we're looking at what happened today, and if what Bobby Belt said is true, and I have no reason to believe it's not, the Gregory has been frustrated for the last couple of weeks. Can you imagine they let Lawrence walk thinking they're going to sign Gregory, and then all of a sudden Gregory leaves too? The Cowboys would be in, like we like to say in Alice, Texas, in a pickle.
Yeah. I look at this and think about what you just heard from Bobby Belt. And then some of the stuff you're reading on Twitter, like Jane Slater from the NFL Network tweeted out, she's called around to a bunch of player agents with the Cowboys. They all have that clause in their contract. Seems like everybody has that clause except Dak Prescott. Why in the hell would Dak negotiate that out of his deal? Like, the one guy that you're not worried about with a failed drug test or doing anything would be Dak Prescott. Although if his agent says, the Cowboys are the only team that has this, nobody else does, so it's not a standard contract, we want to sign a standard contract, all right, fine. So did Randy Gregory hear that, well, Dak doesn't have it, but I do? So does that go into trust? You don't trust me?
No. And I would tell him right, no, we don't trust you. And do we want to relive your life and show him a video? Hey, this is your life. Okay. And this is what we have saved your behind from all of this time. So yes, we want that in the contract. Now, it's not a problem for DeMarcus Lawrence. Apparently it's in his contract, and most of the Cowboys have it in there too.
It seems like all but Dak.
So Dak, obviously, you're not worried about him, but why take the chance? So if you're Dak and you can get it out, if something happens, you have a bad night, who knows what might happen? Life happens. So Dak doesn't have to worry about it. But this whole Randy Gregory thing, and I know, there's some people on Twitter saying, yeah, we shouldn't vilify him. But you know what? He did the Cowboys a favor today. He did the Cowboys a favor. They get rid of Randy Gregory. Hopefully, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm hiring a security guard or 3 to keep his butt in Denver tonight until he signs that contract, not get him anywhere close to anybody in Dallas. Keep him there. He did the Cowboys a favor today. You wipe your hands clean of Randy Gregory because I thought they should have done it a long time ago.
Well,
but they didn't. And today, Randy Gregory does him a favor.
Randy Gregory, trust, respect, because the way it seems like it went down, you agree on the numbers, the Cowboys send over their contract, and there's a clause in there that hasn't been in there or wasn't in there when they were taught. They didn't negotiate it. But Randy Gregory's been with the Cowboys for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I got to believe.
Mostly on the sidelines.
I got to believe that clause has been in every one of Randy Gregory's contracts with the Cowboys.
You would think.
I would believe that his agent would be fully aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
But by the sounds of it, this clause is in there. He tells that to his client, and his client's response is F them.
Yep.
And that's what we've seen. If he did not know about it, I could certainly understand that reaction. But his agent, why did you not know that? I mean, if the Cowboys didn't feel, it sounds like the Cowboys slipped something in kind of sneaky, and it doesn't feel that way now. Like when you read it earlier, Cowboys slipped in some language that if it doesn't seem like the Cowboys tried to do anything sneaky or shady or slip anything in. They worked on the numbers, and then they sent over their standard contract that includes this clause. By all accounts, willing to even take that out. And Randy's reaction is no.
Well,
that tells me your commitment to the Cowboys wasn't there, and maybe there's other issues. But his agent's talking about, well, he really wanted to stay there, didn't want to have to move Frisco, loves it up there. He's got 4 kids. Now they got to move. Oh, poor me. You got $70 million, dude. You're fine. You're going to hire movers, and you're going to get a new house.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any problems. But, that may have been the detriment there, too. He knew he had Denver in his back pocket.
Yeah.
So he could afford to say F Jerry Jones and get away with it. But, according to Bobby and listening to his interview just a few minutes ago, that this has been going on for weeks, that trust with Randy Gregory and the Dallas Cowboys had gone away. And my answer to that is, what about the trust over the last 5 years? I mean, to me, and I get the loyalty thing, I get the business side of this thing, but again, Randy Gregory does not have this contract if not for the Jones family.
Absolutely.
So he screwed Dallas today.
He did in a lot of ways, because their plan was Randy Gregory over DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah.
And somehow they end up with D-Law and they lose to Randy Gregory. So in the weird big picture, I think the Cowboys actually won.
Yes, they did.
Because they got the better of the 2 players, although it's going to cost them more when you look at the contract that DeMarcus Lawrence got. But this morning, Stephen Jones probably thought he was going to end up with both. And somewhere Dan Quinn was celebrating that. That would have been golden for the Dallas Cowboys. Now they got a hole that they've got to go replace. Now, if they can do that with a Von Miller, then that's fantastic. Again, they've got some money that they had earmarked for Randy Gregory. I just look at Randy Gregory with everything that the Jones family has done for him. The idea that there's got to be, and maybe it is the weeks of trust. The uncertainty didn't sit well with him, that we could have done this weeks ago, but you guys made me wait. So now, screw you.
I mean, just think about that.
I mean,
if that's true.
If you, I don't know what it's like to have that kind of cash and to have that kind of contract.
Right.
But, and I haven't signed a contract at this place since my first one, right? Never
So
have.
you could be out of here any day. Is that what you're telling me?
Probably. Yeah. Just don't say anything.
Okay.
But
sorry.
But I would know when my contract was up,
right,
and when I'd be allowed to negotiate another one.
Sure.
And if they hadn't talked to me, and I know I'm within that window, I'd be a little nervous because you got to start. Well, what are they going to do? Because there is a lack of trust, and you see that. I mean, he just saw Amari Cooper get traded to Cleveland, right? I mean, we all understand the business side of football, so I understand where he would be frustrated that you tell me you love me, but you're not talking to my agent. I could get that. But when the contract was there in its language, to uproot and change teams over a miscommunication, over language in your contract, seems silly.
First of all, this whole uproot and change teams thing is a little bit out there, okay? Because they're pro football players.
Okay.
The guy just signed a $70 million contract. I don't think uprooting Randy Gregory is a problem.
Dude,
look, come on. Are you kidding me?
Anytime
I got to take my kids out of school now. No, you don't. Leave them here and you go get an apartment in Denver or another huge mansion or whatever.
Well, I'm sure it's a mansion, not an apartment.
Of course.
Or it's a really nice condo, but changing your kids' schools, all that kind of stuff that's
please.
all real.
Stop it.
That is all real.
Well, he could go get a job as a I don't know, a mailman then. He can stay in Dallas, keep his house. He's just fine. He doesn't have to uproot his kids then.
Mailmen make a lot of money, but not 17 million.
I'm just saying, I mean, to say he's uprooted,
Well,
I mean, come on.
He is.
Oh, he's not.
He is he not moving? Do his kids not have to change schools?
It's March.
His wife has to go find a new
time.
country club. I mean, yes, they're uprooted.
My goodness.
Gonna have to go find
ridiculous.
a new personal trainer.
Second of all, this sounds like a spoiled baby. Poor me. Oh my God. Jerry Jones doesn't love me anymore.
Yeah.
Please.
All of
Randy
that's
Gregory.
true. All of that's
riddance. True. Have a great life in Denver, Colorado. I'm glad you're out of the I'm happy he's gone for the Dallas Cowboys. He should have been gone a long time ago. Jerry Jones stuck his neck out, and today Jerry Jones got his neck chopped off.
I agree and disagree.
That sounded like it was hard to say.
It is. It's like uprooting your kids.
Yes.
I mean, it's just one of those one of those things. No, I look at this and I sit there and say all of that. Like, I want to be mad at Randy Gregory, and I am mad at Randy Gregory. This is stupid, and to lose a player over something like this is stupid, right? I mean. You did what? And now you're switching teams and uprooting your family for that. And it's true. It's one of those things that plays in there. I'm not going to be surprised if the dude changes his mind and comes back to Dallas. And
but
mind
would
you,
they take him?
And mind you, yes.
Please.
And mind you, look, miscommunications happen. We just need to get on the same page.
Well, apparently they were on the same page because the Jones family said, we'll take it out. And then he said, F you.
They said that they would take it out after he committed to Denver. So I think he could uncommit pretty quick. Right? It's a George Strait song. Check yes or no.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
where's the maybe box?
If Jerry's smart, he already has that moving van
again,
up at poor Randy Gregory's house where he's uprooting his family so he can go to Denver.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And he's going to send him a bill because he's not part of the family anymore.
My gosh.
He's going to play double. If the Cowboys end up with Von Miller, I'm excited. And that's the best news, because you got a future Hall of Famer that's going to come in the locker room that has a couple of Super Bowl rings that might be able to teach some of these other players what it's like to be on a winning franchise.
Randy
and
Gregory
the Cowboys need somebody like that.
Had one good season. One. This one. That's it.
Got him paid.
What else has he done for the Dallas Cowboys other than this season? And everybody thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread now.
No, you're exaggerating.
No, I'm not. What has he done?
You're exaggerating.
Randy Gregory sat in a hotel room or on the bench for the majority of his Dallas Cowboy career because he was suspended, most of it.
And there's language in the contract that protects the Cowboys.
Unbelievable.
It is really is unbelievable when you think about it. Not at all how I thought this show was going to go. That is for sure.
Don't you love that?
Man, and there is so much other NFL news. You know, Tyrod Taylor signs with the New York Giants. Imagine you're the New York Giants.
Tyrod Taylor. So what's Houston going to do?
Well, they got Davis Mills.
I know, but they need a backup.
They've got Davis. Well, I mean, they were going to let Tyrod walk anyway. But think about this: Mitch Trubisky turned down the Giants to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So Tyrod Taylor is second option. How bad is it in New York?
It must be really bad in Giantville.
Oh my goodness! I know. And the new head coach in New York was the OC in Buffalo, so he spent all year with Mitchell Trubisky. All right, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going there.
No. Well, but it's Trubisky's thing. He's probably most likely going to be the starter in Pittsburgh, and that might not have been the case in New York. So,
well, you're going to beat out Jones. You're going to beat out Rudolph.
But Rudolph, I think you might have a better opportunity to be, and I was a Rudolph fan actually, but just the times you see him play, it just doesn't seem like he's made that leap yet to the NFL.
He has not made that leap yet. If the leap were a paperclip, he would not be able to jump over it at the NFL level. It's insane.
It is
and
insane.
So much news with Deshaun Watson. We got a lot that we will continue to talk about here on the Blitz. Plus, we'll give away tickets to the Valero Texas Open. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can even start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option, AA Best Bail Bonds, for stress-free bail bonds, because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available. They offer a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, in the Valley, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Insider information when it comes to Tom Brady's unretirement. We'll talk about that right after this Sports Center update. Oh, my goodness. The Deshaun Watson sweepstakes are heating up after meeting with the Saints and the Panthers yesterday in Houston. Reports are he had a meeting with the Cleveland Browns today about a potential trade. And then Adam Schefter is reporting that the Atlanta Falcons have now emerged as a sleeper team for Deshaun Watson. We'll keep you posted. My goodness. Controversy in Dallas. We've been talking about it. The Cowboys and defensive end Randy Gregory reportedly had a deal in place, 5 years, $70 million deal. But Gregory changed his mind, and now he is heading to Denver for basically the same deal. He claims the Cowboys tried to insert extra language into the contract last minute. Now it is said to be that the Cowboys have high interest in one Von Miller. I'm Joe Reinagle for San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at the house with your plumbing, your AC, your heater, there's one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential, or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quartermoon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions. They've got a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. And it's that time of year. We're middle of March. The hot summer months are coming. You want to make sure your AC is tuned up and ready to go for that July heat, that August heat. Quartermoon has great maintenance programs that ensures your unit is ready for every season. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. 651-5899 or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
I need a laptop that helps me work remote from Charleston or Charlotte or wherever I am this week.
It's possible at Staples. How about a PC that can manage my workload at a price I can manage?
Also possible. Your local Staples store has the innovative tech and tools you need to take on the future of work. And this week at Staples, you can save up to $230 on select PCs. Explore what's new for your business at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 3/19. Limit 2 in-store only.
My name is Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for 50 years. I went to school here. I graduated from law school here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after a serious injury or a fatality collision for more than 27 years. If you're in your car right now, chances are you're seeing an attorney billboard, and you'll probably see 3 or more of those on your commute today. How do you decide who to call? Who to trust? I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. I'm experienced. I have a long track record of success, and I run my firm like my father did for over 50 years of practicing law here. I believe that a personal, trusting relationship with my client matters. With my firm, I meet with you. I answer your questions. I handle your case. For many lawyers you see on the billboard, your case will not be handled by the attorney on that billboard. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. If you or your family needs an experienced attorney you can trust, an attorney that will personally handle all of the issues after a serious injury or fatality, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, 900-0400, 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is The Blitz with Joe Reinagel and Jason Minix. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can dial up the Kia Bossa Bacon phone lines at 210-656-ESPN. Tomorrow we're going to be live out at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road.
Just adds to what has already been a fun week.
Absolutely.
Man, there's been a lot of stuff happening in the NFL. And Cowboys are just that gift that keeps on giving.
Well, that and Deshaun Watson.
And that too.
Because the Deshaun Watson story, no, he won't be in Houston.
No
chance he stays in Houston. Carolina and New Orleans, they were meeting with him. Then all of a sudden, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland.
Don't they have that Baker guy?
Yeah, but no fifth-year option. He'd look in Houston, bring him back to Texas.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
If you're looking at, and Atlanta apparently is jumping in the mix.
Yeah.
Now I could see Atlanta parlaying Matt Ryan over to Indianapolis, or maybe even Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where Matt Ryan could actually be an upgrade, and those would be it. But if you're Deshaun Watson and you're about winning, as ridiculous as it sounds, Deshaun Watson could go to Cleveland and become the first quarterback. You know how they have that quarterback graveyard?
Yeah.
He could be the guy that fixes it.
He could be.
There's a lot of talent.
There is.
In Cleveland. I mean, you look at their run game, you look at their defense, you look at their wide receivers, now they've got an Amari Cooper.
They just haven't had a quarterback.
They haven't. It's incredible. Of the teams that are being talked about right now, the one with the best chance to win, albeit they're in a tough division, but it's the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. I just
think about that for a minute.
No, you're right. And I am, and it makes a lot of sense. But seeing poor Deshaun Watson in a Cleveland Browns uniform.
Well, I mean, Some
Sorry.
think he needs to be in orange anyway. So, I mean, but just from a team that's built to win right now with a quarterback,
it makes a lot of sense.
You look at their running game.
Yeah.
You look at their receivers.
Yeah.
You look at their defense. Deshaun Watson, could he actually end up with the Cleveland Browns?
How about that?
Now,
That'd be interesting.
I saw a guy tweet out of the Carolina area that he thought a deal with Deshaun could be done with the Panthers by tomorrow. But again, you look at Carolina, that's home. Atlanta's favorite city.
Yeah.
Kind of home.
Kind of home.
New Orleans makes no sense.
None.
If you're trying to win.
Right.
I don't know what Cleveland has to give up, but I would look at, because again, I love Clint Sterner, but he's a greedy dude. He is a greedy dude. Oh yeah, Atlanta. The conversation starts with 18,000 number one picks and Kyle Pitts and this and that. Like they're not giving up a Kyle Pitts, and if you're giving up a Kyle Pitts, then Deshaun's not going to waive his no trade. I don't know if you're Nick Caserio, are you going to get top level talent and all the picks, or do you want some picks and some top level talent? But if you're Atlanta and you're trying to trade, or you're Carolina and you're trying to trade, or New Orleans, you can't give up your best players for Deshaun Watson and still have a team and give up the draft assets that the Texans are going to want.
Yeah, it's got to be one or the other. That's for sure. So, but you look at that Russell Wilson deal, and I mean, that was a pretty nice haul for Seattle.
It was.
What was it, 2 first rounds, 2 second rounders, I think, and then 3 serviceable players. I mean, decent guys, no superstars, but good players with some potential. So you got to figure that Houston's looking at that as the foundation for whatever they're going to do with Deshaun Watson, because basically you've got Russell Wilson at the, well, who knows these days? I mean, quarterbacks are playing for 100 years, but you figure kind of moving toward the end of his career, and Deshaun Watson just entering his prime. So obviously Watson has got a lot more draw than a Russell Wilson even. So it's going to be interesting to see who gives up, the booty, basically, to quote a pirate.
Yeah, there you go. But Tampa Bay, they are out, and that's what they're looking at. And as you try to find clues, pay attention to what's happening in Vegas.
Yeah,
because a lot of money starts coming in on, say, a Carolina or a Cleveland or something, and then 2 days later you hear about a trade, then you'll have a pretty good indication. That's what's happened with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. The idea after what's his name down in Atlanta got suspended for an entire year for betting $1,500.
Yeah, Ridley.
We learned how important and how serious the NFL takes gambling.
Mm-hmm.
We always hear they do. And we understand Vegas is Vegas. The idea that the Westgate in Las Vegas is asking the NFL to investigate a couple of massive bets that came in before Tom Brady's announcement on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the NFC and win the Super Bowl at ridiculous odds, because obviously Tom Brady comes back and the odds go down. So somebody, as a guy named Todd Dewey, who's with Westgate Superbook, the vice president, and Jay Kornagaev, they believe significant bets were placed on the Buccaneers from inside information that Brady would be unretiring, and they want the NFL to look into it, because it wasn't just an average dude just walked in that placed the bets. It's called a sharp.
So that's a big dog, basically.
I always thought they were sharks, but this
sharp. Yeah.
Sharp. A sharp bettor placed a large bet on Thursday for the Buccaneers to win the NFC at 30-1 and the Super Bowl at 60-1. Tampa Bay's odds to win the Super Bowl went to 25-1. And they took some money in.
Well, so Jason, what they're saying is that they got a ring, or one of these sharps got a call from somebody within the Buccaneers organization or from Tom Brady himself.
Yes.
So either way, little insider information.
Which is, I guess, illegal.
Well, it is, but I mean,
it is if they can pinpoint that, say, Tom Brady told his buddy and his buddy jumped on a private jet and flew out to Vegas and placed some money down.
Look, I don't know what kind of bet. Does it say what kind of bet they place? Okay. And I think 60 to 1?
Significant.
Okay. I mean, they still have to win it. Just because Brady's back, they didn't win it this year.
True,
so, I mean, it's going to be tough. And I understand where they're a little nervous because the payout would be much more.
Let's face it. If I see significant bets, and I'm thinking Vegas, I'm thinking at least 6-figure bets.
Probably,
and
yes.
you don't take those from just anybody.
Right.
Right? So, not that I would know. I've never experienced it personally, but, I don't think you just walk up to the window at the book and say, hey, give me $150,000 on the Buccaneers to win, right?
Well, if you've got a suitcase and you open it up with a bunch of cash in there, maybe.
Again, I don't know how that works. But they took the money, but they know who they know those kind of players.
Right.
Professional gamblers. It's not a guy who's just spending the weekend in Vegas wearing his Bucks t-shirt and says, yeah, give me 200,000 on the Bucks to win it all. Like every year I throw away $20 betting the Cowboys.
Well,
every year I keep those slips in my wallet until
you'd be
the
rich.
End of the Super Bowl.
You got to do it again this year?
Yeah.
Even with poor Randy Gregory gone?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
I feel sorry for him. But you're right. You're right but they were happy to take those bets until the weekend because they took it on a Thursday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Saturday or Sunday when the news came out that Brady was coming back.
Well, and again, you look at it and I say happy about it. I mean, they're gladly willing to accept your money.
Sure.
But when you see that kind of money on a team that you go 30 to 1, I mean, this isn't Mattress Mac doing a bit. This is, whatever. It raises red flags. And then a couple of days later, Tom Brady unretires. You feel, and I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to piss off the people in Vegas.
Well, I wouldn't want to piss them off either, but here's the deal. It's not like we're trading stocks. And this is insider information, and that's illegal. We know that. I don't know what the deal is when it comes to sports gambling. But things can happen all the time. I mean, just think about it. So I go to Vegas today thinking that, Deshaun Watson's I think he's going to go to Cleveland. And I got a call from a friend saying it looks pretty good like he's going to Cleveland. And I bet on the Browns then to win the AFC and the Super Bowl.
And that's fine.
Right.
Because you're going to show up in their flip-flops and your dog pound t-shirt and your glasses on.
I'll have a suitcase. I'll open it up and there'll be $100 in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Woo, big spender.
That's right.
But again, though, Deshaun Watson is being talked about and rumored to go to Cleveland. That's real. And there will be people that will bet some money because of that.
But my point is, Jason, is that you're going to put the bet out there. Yeah, it might happen. So you're going to get upset about it because some guy just bet an enormous amount of money at 60 to 1. So what if he had inside information?
Again, though, if they know who the players are, and they say they do, and they call them sharps.
Sharps.
He's a sharp. He's sharp. And that's not a normal bet for a player like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that then you raise the red flags.
Well, I don't know what they want the NFL to do. Investigate it, and then what?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I honestly,
you look and you see if Brady's been calling the burner phone or if Brady has a burner phone because Tom loves giving his phone to the NFL. You just look. Right. Oh, that guy that placed that bet. His guy is the deflator guy. Okay, so his cousin is. I don't know.
I can hear it now. Hey, Guido.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you know what I want to do?
Pulling up in your members only jacket and your
I'm
Camaro.
Coming back.
Your
coming
IROC
back.
Z. Got your gold chain.
Go make a bet for us, will you?
Is that what you sound like?
Something like that. Hey, I'm walking here.
Good Lord, man. But I don't know. I don't know what the NFL does.
I don't know what they do either.
And honestly, I don't know what Vegas does.
So if I'm the Westgate Superbook, I'm just rooting for everybody else in the league but Tampa Bay.
Well, and they will do that. But I think Westgate is, if the bet is made with insider information, I think that is illegal. That's why there's no betting on wrestling.
Wrestling?
Because it's fake. The outcome has been determined.
Exactly. I didn't even think you could make a bet on wrestling. I never even thought about it.
You can bet on anything, Ryan Eagle.
What are you going to bet on? Whether the guy gets hit over the head with a ladder?
Or who's going to win the cage match? You know? Is it King Parsons or is it Kerry Von Erich?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, my.
It's one of those things. I mean, it would be as if, as we get ready to start the tournament.
Yeah.
That if you knew that 8 coaches had decided, you know what, we're going to do Coach K a solid, and we're going to blow all these games so he can cut down the nets on his way into retirement.
Right.
And you went to Vegas and put a whole lot of money on Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Because you knew that. What it is.
Well, I mean, unless you're North Carolina, and they must have had the bet the other way.
Of course.
They're saying, hey, we're not going to let you do anything.
No.
So
no, because with the games coming up.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns was very happy that he hung 60 on the Spurs against the most winningest head coach in the NBA history.
He was very happy about that.
Well, here's the deal.
You took the over on that game last night.
Right.
Spurs, T-Wolves, take the over.
Oh, my
the
goodness.
First half over. Parlay that.
Yeah, that young Spurs team needs to learn how to play defense.
Oh, man.
I bet they will get coached up in the offseason. And you could probably bet on that. I know a place where you can go, especially with the tournament coming up. My goodness, we're about to get started. In fact, tonight, we've got tournament games, if you want to call those tournament games, and you want a little action on it because it's always a lot more fun to get a little action on the tournament or whatever you want. Just go to busr.com. That's where you can get everything. You want to bet on sports, you can do that. They have a casino there as well. A race book also, if you like the ponies. In fact, they've got over 200 casino games. Here's the best deal, though. If you are a Sports Star listener, and I know you are, they're going to give you a 100% deposit bonus. So you can have as much fun as you want on all the games that are about to come up, and there are a bunch of them. So here's what you do. Go to busr.com/sportstar. Again, that's busr.com/sportstar. For all your tournament action, you go to BUSR.
It's the NBA. Catch every score.
He knocks it down.
Every block.
Cracks it home.
Listen for the latest on San Antonio Sports Star.
ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
San Antonio's home for all things sports and games. Slackers Medical Center location now brings you all the UFC and big game coverage all the time. Never a cover charge with table reservations available. Slackers Medical Center at 7959 Fredericksburg Road. Catch all your favorite sports and UFC programming all the time on 6 10-foot projection screens and over 20 HD TVs. We are San Antonio's home for all things sports and games. Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar. Find us on Instagram and Facebook at Slackers Bar SA.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Meal Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed meal enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Meal Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Meal Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Join San Antonio Sports Star for a live broadcast of the Saturday Morning Hangover starting at 9 o'clock on Saturday, March 26th at Yuengling Lager Hoop City at Pinkerton's Barbecue, and watch your favorite games on the jumbo screen, and you can win prizes and gift cards every hour.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. San Antonio Sports Star Drive to End Hunger is going on now through March 25th. Just go to sasportstar.com to give what you can or just find drop-off locations. It's all presented by the Institute for Functional Health, Rambler Sparkling Water, Copenhagen Imports, and Airtron.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on Halftime tomorrow at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Tomorrow we're going to be live out at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. It's a Wednesday. The tournament technically gets underway tonight. And then, of course, you're going to have games tomorrow night, and the Spurs play tomorrow night.
Yep.
Hopefully they won't give up 60 on anybody. So come watch the games with us out at the Rue Pub, because it's the annual time to joke around like, where the hell is True TV? I only watch this damn channel once a year. The games tonight, they're on True TV. Where do I find True TV? You're going to see that all the people. Stop.
So the Rue Pub will have them all on.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about it.
They know where True TV is, so you don't have to worry about it.
Well, and that's what's nice about that. Plus, the food out there is fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it.
It is. Tomorrow, again, Rue Pub. They're at 281 and Redland Road. And you do have, trying to see who's playing tonight.
You got A&M Corpus Christi playing right now.
Oh, is that game already on?
I think so. It just started. And I don't know who they're playing. Texas Southern, I think.
Texas Southern will win that game.
You think so?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that campus, though? A&M Corpus Christi?
I remember.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, A&M Corpus Christi. The Islanders are up right now 11-5.
There you go.
Later on tonight, Indiana against Wyoming, again on True TV.
So this game that they're playing right now is for the opportunity to get spanked by Kansas.
Yes.
Because, the winner goes, so they will play Kansas in the first round. So
A&M Corpus does have a beautiful campus.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Right on the water.
We went down there and looked. Nice. And all I'm thinking is, kiddo, Huntsville.
Let's see. Beach, prison. Beach, prison.
Get in trouble, you know where you're going, so stay out of trouble.
Yeah, right there.
I mean, that's the great thing about Huntsville is, there's some great college bars in that town. Is
there? I've never been.
Absolutely. You got the Jolly Fox, which has been around since 1973. It's incredible. Then you got Shenanigans, then a couple others that, right. But I mean, it's a college town because the prison side, it's like they keep them
separated.
Okay. Right. Because like there's one bar that we used to find that wasn't a college bar. The college bar, $1 beer, like at the Jolly Fox, bottle of beer is $1. Like literally, I went in there one time, ordered some beers, ordered some shots, and I'm with college girls, so some Malibu rums and all that kind of stuff, and they're like $13. And I was like, no, I'm getting all of this. Like $13.
Wow.
Damn, I love a college bar.
That's nice.
Then we went to a bar where like the guards hang out, and I guess teachers or professors or whatever.
Yeah.
Beers were $3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Huntsville's a wonderful place.
You gotta like that.
It really is.
You gotta hang out. That's more or less stories. Hang out in college bars.
That sounds creepy, Reinagle.
That does, doesn't it?
that sounds. You can only hang out there when you're there with your kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
outside of that, Joe, you hang out at a college bar. Well, did you ever have that problem with Casey at UTSA? Did you run into her at a bar?
No. I mean, because at that time, basically, I mean, there are no bars.
There's lots of bars around UTSA.
Now there is.
It's not like she's that old, man.
Well, that was back in, I mean, she graduated from there in 2016. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. There's still bars over there.
Yeah. What was it? The Sandbox or whatever?
Yeah.
It just is brand new. So I've been over there.
UTSA kids know where the bars are.
Well, they do now because they're building it. It looks more like a college town now over there.
That's one of the reasons Erica didn't want to go to UTSA. She had afraid she'd run into us at the bar or our friends.
Well, and she's right. No, I never did. Because you know what's cool about Casey, honestly, is that, she likes hanging out with her old man.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd call me and say, "Hey, we're going over here. Why don't you meet us?"
Well, because
I'd
she
say,
wanted you to pay.
Probably so.
Absolutely.
Well, I was looking at it more as she just likes hanging out with her old man.
Yeah, sure.
Because she wants you to pay.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember the first time I ran into Casey at the Roo Pub.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. And she was a little mortified that she ran into one of her dad's friends at the Roo Pub.
Well, you're infamous, though, at the Roo Pub. I mean, because that's kind of like your home away from home, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Although they've yet to actually put a plaque with my name on
They
one of
should.
the tables there. They really should.
So we have a place to go.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
say,
I see how you did that.
Whether you're going or not, I can say, I want the Minix table.
Exactly.
Yeah, because nobody else is going to be there.
Well, yeah, but you walk in and say, "Hey, I'm Joe Reinagel."
That's right.
And they give you your own table.
Didn't work out for me, though. So
You tried.
I tried. They said, "Who?"
Yeah, oh man. All right, so basketball, most of us will watch some form of basketball tonight.
Yeah.
On True TV. Reinagel will be watching another form of True TV.
The Bachelor.
Are you kidding, dude?
Dude. So I get home. Actually, I was notified about this before I got home. Honey, am I watching The Bachelor when we get home? I said, "Well, it's already on, right?" She said, "Well, I'm recording it."
Of course she's recording it. Nobody watches live TV.
Yeah. So, well, apparently, and her daughter, Courtney, is texting her, "Oh my God, this is happening." And Maggie's like, "Oh, can't wait to get home." So we start watching this thing. And I'm going to tell you what, if my daughter were on that show, I would fly there and snatch her off of the stage, like, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, who's the Bachelor, has 3 girls on a string here. And he's like,
what did you think the show was about?
He's like doing it with all of them and pretending he's not.
Okay.
Right? Telling the other, he loves all 3 of them, apparently. He's fallen in love with all of them.
This is the problem when you've got daughters.
Right. So he's fallen in love with all of well,
sure.
And, I kind of get in trouble. I'm like, I know that guy. I know how he's operating.
Uh-huh.
And Maggie's like, "Well, how do you know that?" I'm like, "Because I was that guy."
Yeah, I was going to say, here's the mirror.
Okay. So it's unreal. So it's a 2-parter, right? So now he's got these 2 girls because one of them left and so the finale. So she's coming back and it's going to be, it's quite the drama. So I'll probably be watching after basketball. It's recorded. We can do that.
You're going home and won't see any basketball tonight.
I will.
Not.
Maybe not.
Highlights, maybe. Whatever Scott Van Pelt shows you at 11.
I'll let you know what happens in The Bachelor, though, tomorrow, because I know you're all interested.
Please don't.
And I promise you, everybody that's out there listening, 90% of them are going to have to sit through The Bachelor tonight.
No.
Oh, they are.
90.
Well, tell me I'm wrong, everybody, if you're out there.
That's very scientific.
Yeah.
Now, I know of all the people that I follow, David Hinojosa from the San Antonio Express News.
Yeah.
Who is a great sports writer.
He is.
He live tweets about The Bachelor.
Okay.
And that's really got to stop.
Yeah.
But he's the only one. Everybody else I know, if they're being held at gunpoint to watch The Bachelor, if things have been threatened and or promised if you sit there and watch The Bachelor,
right,
they keep that to themselves. So nobody's going to call in and defend you, Joe, that they too are watching The Bachelor.
Then they have no
balls.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Admit it. It's okay. And you probably, get in good with the lady.
Well, that's what I mean.
You admit it.
You've either been threatened of things being withheld or promised, good things will happen if you watch this with me, then you understand why you're taking one for the team.
Well, true.
Yeah.
And happy home. It's nice.
That's it.
It was great.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's exactly right. I can't wait to go home and watch The Bachelor tonight. We'll have the popcorn ready.
Oh, man.
Honey, we're going to watch it live tonight.
In some ways, do it live. In some ways, I was watching The Bachelor last night, too.
Oh, yeah?
Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
He was treating the Spurs defense like those women on The Bachelor.
Oh, my
Just
goodness.
one right after the other.
Wow.
No shame in his game. Just kept scoring and scoring and scoring and scoring.
He was special.
Man, that was it. Even though it was against our team, that was something to watch last night. And for the second time in about a month, the Spurs have led off SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt for all the bad reasons. The last time the Spurs led SportsCenter was when Ja Morant went nuts.
Well, and then
they led last night when I don't even think they led with LeBron,
No?
did they? No, the Spurs don't lead SportsCenter anymore.
Okay.
Unless bad things have happened to the Spurs.
I was trying to think the other guy. I think there's been 3 of them, hasn't there, that have gone off for 50 plus?
Probably. But
I don't know.
But not enough to be the lead story with Scott Van Pelt.
Spurs are not very good defensively.
No, they're not.
Not at all.
They're not.
They gave up 140 last night?
149.
Wow.
They scored 140 and
That's
lost.
true.
And lost.
How does that happen?
In regulation. I mean, what they scored 153 against Washington in double overtime.
Double overtime.
They gave up 150 in regulation.
That's sad.
It was sad. It was sad. Coming up, we'll give away some tickets to the Valero Texas Open. Randy Gregory was a Cowboy. Now he's not. He might change his mind again. We'll explain the drama in Dallas today as we continue here on the Blitz. Injuries do happen. If you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need to know about Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries, and he has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available, and if you need surgery, you'll get referred to the specialists that will get you out of pain. There's no reason to be in pain. If you're hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. You can learn more and schedule an appointment by calling 210-804-5490, 804-5490, or go to TSAOG.com.
We all know the destination, but it's the journey that defines the team.
3 again, good again!
One stumble and it may be the end. Every game.
Reverse layup, yeah!
Every moment
Rises up 4-3, bucket, oh my!
is one step closer to the destination.
Good by Selden, a 3!
Listen for the latest tournament scores and news. Are you ready for the madness?
Boom, boom, shakalaka!
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Hi, it's Rudy J. I'm here with my lawyer, Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. Jason, as I'm riding around the city, I notice your nice billboards. They look good, but
I have a couple out there trying to keep up with the competition, I
they
guess.
look good. Now, I get in a car accident. Am I going to be talking to you? I don't want to talk to some guy that works for you. I want to talk to the guy that's on the billboard.
No, I know. And you know that you talk to me, but
Yes.
you and I have been friends for a long time, and I've represented you for a long time. But that relationship that you and I have is the relationship I have with a lot of my clients. And I think you're recognizing something that I don't know if everybody knows, that the face on the billboard for that firm might not be the lawyer that you actually get to talk to. That's not true with me, as you know.
Right.
If you call 900-0400, my office number, and you have a question about your case, you're going to talk to me. I'm the lawyer on the billboard, but I'm the lawyer that will handle your case.
Call 210-900-0400, 210-900-0400, or a lawyerforus.com.
Thank you, Rudy.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Taste of the Northside is back and at a new location. Join us Thursday, April 7th from 6:30 to 11:30 at the Dominion Country Club. Hosted by Brighton Center and presented by HEB. This Fiesta event for foodies is one inclusive ticket price that includes parking, entry, live entertainment, and unlimited food tastings for $125. Purchase tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, providing an educational and developmental foundation for children with disabilities and delays.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 103.3 FM. We'll get into the drama in Dallas today involving Randy Gregory, but I promised a while ago we were going to give away Valero, Texas.
You did. You
want to do that now?
Yeah.
Or you want to wait?
No. Let's give them away.
You want to give them away?
Well, we just have one pair?
Today, apparently we've got a pair of tickets to give away all week.
Good.
Every day this week.
I can't wait for that tournament, actually. Well, you know me. I'm a big golf guy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the Valero, Texas Open.
It's a lot of, I enjoy, 2 days a year, I post a photo of the office today. And it's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
And if you want to go, dial up 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
Going to make Edwin work or what?
Just start dialing now. We'll get there.
All right.
No, I want to. So we've broadcasted a variety of places at the Valero, Texas Open. Sometimes it's in the media center, which is over there by 18. Other times, we'll be in one of the pavilions or on I don't know this year because of COVID rules. The PGA Tour hasn't apparently allowed radio booths in the media center yet. I don't know why. You're outside. That's what I was told today.
Okay.
They'll find a place for us.
Sure.
As long as we're outside somewhere, I don't care.
Yeah, there's not too many bad places out there.
Except one year they had us on either 15 or 16. I forget. We were right by the green where they have the stands, one of those cabana areas. And we're not that far from the green.
Yeah.
And it's Rob Thompson and I. We're doing a radio show. Well, some guy's looking over his putt, trying to figure out what he's going to do. And I don't know if you've ever heard Rob before, but he's kind of loud.
Yeah, he's loud.
This golfer was so pissed. And the volunteer holding up the quiet signs kept trying to do the signs that Rob. Hey, we're doing a radio show. Why is it that golfers have to have things totally quiet?
It wrecks their concentration.
That's stupid. You're a professional. Why is it when we're on a golf course, we're just out there, everybody's BS and all that. You go to drive, you go to hit, everybody's quiet. Yet every other sport, there's nothing but noise, and they can perform at a high level.
Well, golf is one of those sports that, I don't know, I guess there's so much going on in your head, and you've got to concentrate on what you're doing. But you know what? That's why I love that Waste Management golf tournament the other day. We're throwing beer cans.
Over there in Phoenix? Absolutely.
No, it was great. Like, I don't mind some of that, and I think some of the guys are a little ridiculous about it. But you can't scream if a guy's right in his ear or something. Would they do that? Yeah. But I mean, they're screaming at a guy's ear in his backswing. I mean, even if you're a couple of slugs like us, that might mess you up.
Well, but I'm thinking, I mean, this guy, and I don't know how much money Thompson cost him because he missed his putt. And he was mad.
I'm sure he was.
He was mad at Rob. Well, we're going to be doing the Blitz out there from 4 to 7. You guys keep calling 210-656-ESPN.
Just stay on hold.
I mean, they were ringing, then they weren't, and then some people hung up. See, I've got something in mind, but patience.
Well, because okay, you're going to do something else, but if you're already in,
if it's ringing, let it ring.
Okay.
Edwin's not doing anything with him yet because Edwin doesn't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and he looks scared.
He does look scared because on his side of the glass, the phone actually rings and it makes a noise, and it's probably annoying as hell. It's like when you're driving down the road with your blinker on, and everybody knows it except the driver. Right? It's one of those things over there, and that's what Edwin is looking at me funny. Like, would you just give the damn things away already? Is that what you're trying to do? So we're going to do the Blitz out there Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
R&R in the morning is going to be out there from 7 to 10 a.m.
Oh, wow.
On that Thursday and Friday as well. I can't imagine thinking about TPC and 7:30 in the morning, just quiet out there. Very few fans, especially on Thursday, that early in the morning. Rob in the middle of a show while some guy's trying to get his tournament off to a great start.
Well, they need to put him on like 18 at 7 from 7 to 10. So because there's nobody going to come around there.
See a golfer.
Exactly right. And don't put him near the hotel either because he'll wake up everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I can hear Rob. This is R&R in the morning. The geese will go, woo, woo, woo. Everybody's flying off like they're scared to death, like some lion just came up or something.
Oh, man, I can't wait. It's the 100th Valero Texas Open. A lot of the big names have already committed, including Jordan and Rory. Abraham Answer is going to be out there. Obviously, Jimmy Walker. We've got tickets to the opening round of the Valero Texas Open. That's Thursday. And these tickets are day of. So when we say Thursday, these are Thursday.
You got to go Thursday.
Can't use them Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And we're giving away tickets for Thursday right now. We'll have Friday tickets. We'll have Sunday tickets. We got you covered. These are for Thursday's tickets. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
What do you got on your mind?
I don't know. What were you thinking?
Well, I don't know. You have this grin on your face like you're a devious one.
Well, see, I see all these people is there a timer on those? Who's been letting it ring the longest?
You got it?
Caller number 4. They've been letting that thing ring as I look at the timer for 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Caller number 4. I would say their name on the air, but the caller ID will tell me. So give them that caller, not caller number 4, line 4. Just give them to them. Caller 1, but it's line 4 because they've been letting it ring the longest. You see what I mean? You understand what I'm saying, Edwin? Because they don't know that they're on caller, that they're on line 4. And I'm not looking for caller 4, but the guy on line 4 or lady on line 4, that's your winner. That's all they got to do. Just get their info. Edwin looks at me very confused. I hope he does that right.
I don't know.
We're giving away tickets all week.
That's awesome. Now, can I just say something? Because I got a tweet here that really kind of disappoints me.
Sure.
All right. Mario, is it Lepe?
Well, I don't know. I'm not reading it. Did he tweet at you or me?
Just me.
At Joe Reinagel 210.
Yeah, and he says, I hope you do know that The Bachelor is all scripted, LOL. Dude, why would you do that to me? I just put a bet on WWE tonight, too. Is that all scripted?
Wait. The Bachelor scripted?
Come on. How do you know that, Mario? I don't buy it.
I'm trying to figure out what Hector Ortiz's tweet is. At Jason Minix, at Joe Reinagel 210, at SA Sports Star. I really enjoyed the hashtag stay off my lawn, but the man that knows details about The Bachelor can't have the hashtag stay off my lawn. You can watch and be scrolling through ESPN app instead. SMH.
I'm not sure
don't
what that
understand
means.
that. Edwin, we get all the information? Edwin? I have no idea. All right. We've got tickets to give away all the time.
I see what he's trying to say. So I can pretend like I'm watching and just scroll through the ESPN app.
You could.
That's what he's telling me. He's giving me that advice. And I appreciate the advice.
Are doing that, playing Wordle.
Well, I'm
solitaire.
not. I'm paying attention,
The hell
Jason.
So are you telling me
So you guys are trying to throw me under the bus here.
So you're sitting on your couch, your beautiful new couch.
Right.
Without a device in your hand?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is,
do you have the note section up on your phone so you can take notes on what's happening on The Bachelor?
We are on a radio station that broadcasts out to thousands of people, including my wife. Okay, so can y'all just shut the bleep up? Okay, would you just do that? I mean, my gosh.
You don't think that your wife knows that you don't like The Bachelor?
I mean, all of you guys are just trying to throw me under the bus here. Stop it.
Well, I don't know what you mean. Who's throwing you under the bus?
Well, this guy with the ESPN app thing here. And when did I become the get off my lawn guy?
Have you not been listening the last 3 months?
Well, Hector, get off my lawn, buddy.
You are the get off my lawn guy. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. I embrace that, in fact. I'm proud of that. I'm going to start hashtagging every tweet I do that with get off my lawn.
Embrace it.
I
Own
embrace it. It's great.
Be you.
You think we could maybe talk to the radio station and get some T-shirts? Get off my lawn. That'd go great, Jason, with a nice lawn service sponsorship.
That would be would. Send me a DM. We'll get that worked. But I mean, it's not like back in the day with Lyle and Hahn and their catchphrase that they had every month and would come up with T-shirts like "Get off my lawn."
Is that right?
Has been around for 1,000 years.
See, I don't remember that.
You used to be on with Lyle
I was
and
on,
Hahn.
but
What do you mean you don't remember that?
I don't remember the catchphrase. I was on for like 20 minutes, 2 days a week.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun, by the way. I enjoyed that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
great.
I mean, Lyle and Hahn were kind of known for having their catchphrases and would get T-shirts done.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or I don't remember that. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. So I don't know that we need to get off my lawn T-shirts.
I'd like one.
Well, I'm sure you could get one. I mean, go on
Sammy's
Amazon.
Embroidery.
Well, yeah, Sammy's Embroidery Club will make it for you. But I would imagine that there are T-shirts that already are out there. It's kind of like the it's based out of San Diego. Is that Grumpy Old Man T-shirt lines?
I don't know. Is that something you look through to buy stuff?
I probably have one
You
because I got it in
probably
San
do.
Diego. Edmund, what was that comment up there about scripted television? DLP on our YouTube channel says it's like all other reality TV. They script their scenes and allow the actors to basically improv.
Yeah, that's why I love Jesse Palmer. He seems so concerned too. Are you okay? Is everything all right?
See, Jesse Palmer ruins it for the rest of us, right? Because he acts like he gives a damn.
He does.
He acts like he would be romantic and understanding and would want to have a conversation about your feelings. And we know that's not true.
My problem is I'd be the Bachelor and all the girls would want to go out with Palmer. You know what I mean? It's horrible.
You could go on Old Man Bachelor. The
As long as they
Get
have
Off
it in
My
pics.
Lawn edition. Look, I think we might be onto something. Bachelor, Get Off My Lawn edition, where you pick up over 60-year-old women.
Well,
I have never
I'm
been
not
around.
a bachelor, though.
How do you know the Bachelor is?
Well, I don't know.
He's playing
that.
a part on a TV show.
I guess so. Now I know it's
Right?
all scripted.
Because
there's all kinds of stuff we can do.
I've never seen women that are north of 60 hit on a guy more than they hit on Joe Reinagle.
They weren't all north of 60.
All of them.
No.
All of them.
No.
There was not one under 60.
Yes, there was.
Where? Who?
The
Did you Carter?
The first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
The one at Sam's Burger Joint?
No.
Because she was like 70.
She was very disappointed.
She was.
So.
And you're right. She wasn't hitting on Joe Reinagle. She thought you were Bill Taylor.
She was hitting on Bill Taylor. So, what a night.
Yeah, that was. But at Picks, I think they were all north of 60.
Well, maybe they were. I don't know.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm a married man, happily.
You are.
And I let them all know. And so.
This is how Reinagle rolls. Older lady walks up, and here's my wife, Maggie.
Absolutely.
I mean, and they're like, oh, nice. And then they walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you nip it in the bud.
Is that what you do? I really don't want to talk to you. Here's my wife, Maggie. Get off my lawn. Oh, good Lord. Did we get everything taken care of for the Valero Texas Open types? The ticket winner? Didn't mean to confuse you on that, man.
Thomas Villarreal won.
Okay, good. Congrats, Thomas.
Way to go, Thomas. You'll
Going to
enjoy that on Thursday.
Valero Texas Open.
See, I enjoy the Thursday and Friday rounds because everybody's still playing. Because after Friday, then, half the field leaves that don't make the cut. So you can go and watch whoever you like.
Tell you what, this year is going to be so much fun out at the Valero Texas Open because I think, is it Thursday night or Friday night? Edwin, would you look it up real quick? Spasmatics are playing. I think they're playing on Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
So your Thursday ticket, you get the Spasmatics concert. And then they have stuff on Friday night. And then Saturday night is Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker as they celebrate their 100th year. Lenora on Facebook Live said it was hard for me to pay attention last night because the poor girl crying her eyes out and missing her middle fingernail.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that during the Spurs game?
No, and Maggie noticed that too.
What are you talking? Oh, she's talking about
The Bachelor. Dude, we got a whole thing here. A whole thing here. You have opened up this closet of people who are Bachelor fans. I had no clue there were this many.
Could all fit in your hall closet.
I had no clue the pull of this show.
Oh, well, but understand, that was Lenora.
Yes,
but not Joe.
But Lenora noticed something that Maggie did, and I didn't notice it.
Hold on, Lenora, if you could comment on Facebook Live.
Yeah, because
and I don't know, Lenora, if you're married, did you force your husband or your boyfriend?
Force is a rough word.
To sit and watch The Bachelor. Please comment on our Facebook
Force
Live
is
feed.
a rough word.
Did
but that's
did he sit there and watch it with you, or did he go mow the lawn? Did he go watch the game in the bedroom?
How do you mow the lawn at 11 o'clock at night, for goodness sake?
There's a lot of things I'd rather do than watch The Bachelor. And if I'm mowing my own lawn, that's a sign.
Wow. Well, but she noticed exactly what Maggie did. The girl was crying her eyes out, and she had lost one of her fake fingernails. So that's what women notice.
Was she crying because she lost her fingernail?
No, she wasn't.
Because if you had that fake fingernail and went through all the effort and expense of getting it, have you ever been around a lady and she breaks her fingernail, you'd think the world's about to end.
No, she was crying because
cussing. This
dude had just told her and the other three that he was doing all of them and told them they
at the same time?
Well, one at a time.
Okay.
But that he was in love with all three of them. And I'm like, who scripts that? How could that be scripted? Because it's the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard.
No,
I was doing play-by-play is what I was doing. Okay.
So wait, so he told one that he was sleeping with two others.
No, he told them all. No, he told them all
at the same time. Because
he was sleeping with all three of them.
Group setting.
Right, because they got to get a rose.
So, but they did not know that. They thought he was only sleeping with them, so they had a chance to win this thing?
Right, because he had told them that he loved them.
All right, Lenora is single, Joe. No hubby, and no, don't make my honey watch it, and long gets mowed after 11. See? See?
Well,
I can't believe that Maggie would want to watch that with you. See, there's no way Joanna would want me to watch that with her.
Well,
because she knows that I would be just making fun of it the whole damn time.
Well, I was, but I was doing play-by-play.
And Lenore says, great observation to Maggie.
Yes, see, I was doing play-by-play of the whole thing. It was great.
Sarcastic play-by-play.
No, I was actually telling Maggie
you were trying to get sent to your room. You were trying to get sent out of the room so that Maggie could enjoy her TV.
No, we were in the living room.
You were trying to get sent to your room. She was going to put you outside. Go fix something in the garage.
She knows better than that. It wouldn't be a go fix anything. I promise you.
Man. Here, try to go. No. I went to IKEA earlier today. Why don't you go in the garage and put this together while I watch my show? Because I know I've got 5 hours to myself.
She knows better. She was talking to her daughter and texting her. So, I mean, you know, but I'm doing play-by-play because I really can't believe how ridiculous. I mean, honestly, you watch this and it's ridiculous. I mean, this guy claiming he's in love with 3 women. That's not possible.
Well, it is.
Now, he's in lust with 3 women, perhaps, but not in love with. No, he can't.
He could love them all.
Ridiculous.
He could. I mean, they each have a loving quality.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I mean,
yeah, and he found that.
Because he doesn't
on
want
3 separate nights.
He doesn't want to pick a winner yet.
Well, I thought it was fascinating that they get addicted to this thing. I mean, it's like, it was like appointment television, like me going home to watch the Super Bowl. It's crazy. Maggie and her daughter back and forth they go all night. Maggie, well, I got to call you back. I'm doing this.
And you're going home to watch it again tonight.
Well, maybe.
Lenore says, just go change the clock.
I already did that, Lenore.
Do it again.
I already did it.
Switch them back.
Yeah.
Switch them
honey,
back.
It's a minute off. I got to go fix it.
That's it. Spend all that time trying to get it there. Enjoy your night tonight, Ryan Eagle. Or just get out in the garage and figure out something else to do. Maybe, you know what you should do is go organize your garage.
Yeah.
And a lot of people at spring break time, you're trying to organize your garage. And so if she is forcing you to watch The Bachelor, you've got something else you can do and be productive. Now, if you need help organizing your garage, I've got a solution for you. It's called Garageanization. They're a great veteran-owned company since 2008 that's been helping San Antonians love their garage. And what they do there at Garageanization is, well, exactly what it sounds like. They help you organize your garage. You can talk to them about shelves like what I have in my garage from Garageanization, overhead racks, closed storage, slat walls. You can make your garage functional for the entire family. Now think about getting both cars in the garage, the kids' bikes, your golf clubs, your coolers, your lawnmower, everything you need. And if she is taking over your living room television, watching The Bachelor, you can get a TV in your garage. You can figure out a way, and Garageanization can help you design a garage where you got your TV out there so you could watch something other than The Bachelor. And if things, it's organization. It's solution, and you're out of the hair, and you've got a clean garage, which is what you want. Learn more online, garageorganizationsanantonio.com. garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
Is Deshaun Watson going to end up in Cleveland? It's a possibility. We'll talk about that right after this Sports Center update, but we had controversy in Dallas today. Cowboys and defensive end Randy Gregory reportedly had a deal in place. 5 years, $70 million, but Gregory changed his mind. He is now saying he's headed to Denver for basically the same deal. He claims that the Cowboys tried to insert some extra language into the contract last minute. Dallas did re-sign somebody today, a safety Malik Hooker. Actually, they'll re-sign him tomorrow. They agreed with him today. 2-year, $8 million deal. But they lose offensive lineman Connor Williams. He's gone along with Cedric Wilson. Both of those guys going to the Miami Dolphins. And where's Deshaun going? Could be Cleveland. I'm Joe Reinagle for San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need to go see an oral surgeon for any kind of needs that you would need at an oral surgery center, no better place to go than River City Oral Surgery and Dr. Mark Havercorn, who is an oral surgeon, a medical doctor who specializes in all types of oral surgery, including implants. In fact, last year alone, he placed over 1,200 dental implants. He's an expert at it. Great local office. He lives here. He works here. He's not one of those that come into town, does a bunch of surgeries and leaves. He's the guy you're going to see. And they're at River City Oral Surgery. They offer what is called direct care practice. They list all their prices right on the website, rivercityoms.com. And that is what it's going to cost you. And that's everything from start to finish. You know, don't you hate it when you go see a doctor or a dentist and you say, how much is it? And they say, I don't know. Well, they don't know because the insurance hasn't told them yet what it's going to cost. I mean, at River City Oral Surgery, they won't take your insurance. They don't take anybody's insurance. But if you have dental insurance, their staff will help you file a claim and maybe you get some of that money back. And chances are they're going to be less expensive than if you are actually using your dental insurance. Financing is available. If you're in need of implants, stop feeling embarrassed when you smile. Call River City Oral Surgery at 210-778-0002 and tell them Jason Minnick sent you. For comfortable, natural-looking implants, River City Oral Surgery, 210-778-0002 or online at rivercityoms.com.
On Saturday, April 2nd, help us celebrate 100 years of Valero Texas Open and be part of our Texas Size Anniversary concert featuring performances by Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker. All concert tickets holders are invited to attend the Valero Texas Open's third round competition preceding the concert, all taking place at TPC San Antonio. With limited tickets remaining, visit ValeroTexasOpen.com to get yours today.
Joel, I'm going to show you something that will revolutionize and streamline the way we do business.
No, thank you.
It's unlike anything you've seen before. I've just completed my online training for hypnosis.
Whatever.
Listen, my supersized supervisor. Hypnosis is used to free the mind and unlock amazing physical capabilities, and I can show you.
How about you hypnotize yourself back to work?
Close your eyes, Joel, and focus on my voice. You're getting sleepy, very sleepy, going deep, deeper.
Nigel, I think you just accidentally hypnotized yourself. Folks, don't let your home's AC, heating, or plumbing problems put you in a trance. Call Quarter Moon day or night. We'll immediately send a friendly tech to your home or office. They'll quickly diagnose and fix the issue, always at a fair price. Nigel, when I snap my fingers, you're going to wake up as a poodle.
Joel, can we go for a walk? Can we? How's my hair? Bark. Woof, woof.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. TACLA 000743458.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Join San Antonio Sports Star for live broadcasts of the Blitz on March 24th and 25th from 4 to 7 at Yingling Lager Hoop City at Pinkerton's Barbecue, and watch your favorite games on the big jumbo screens there in Legacy Park. Win prizes and gift cards every hour during the Blitz.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget, unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You could unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. And MLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
At Wendy's, March is madness. With our breakfast Baconator. Sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant. Both made with fresh cracked eggs. Or even a honey butter chicken biscuit. And we're just getting warmed up. Get 50% off the official breakfast of March Madness when you order through the Wendy's app. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
For a limited time, at participating Wendy's via app offer only. Account registration required. No discount applies to taxes or fees. Not valid with any other offer.
The play is in. The Blitz with Joe Reinagle and Jason Minix. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. The tournament field is set. The play-in things are going on as we speak, but you've got till Thursday morning at 11 a.m. to get your brackets in. So play the San Antonio Sports Star Bracket Mayhem. Could win $1 million. Go to sasportsstar.com, enter your bracket. Perfect bracket. Could end up with $1 million and take that bracket or go fill out a completely different one at TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com. They're giving now $2 million for a perfect bracket.
Now, what if you submit both of them? Can you win $3 million?
Yeah, because one's one contest, the other's the other.
That would be awesome.
That would be. I mean, look, if you think about if you've got one bracket, if you're of the mindset that you've got the bracket, and you just take your bracket and just everywhere you go, whether it's Yahoo, CBS, USA Today, SASportsStar.com, ESPN, you could win them all.
That's probably the way to do it, because you fill out one bracket and you think that's pretty good, and then you start filling out another one. You think, well, maybe, and then I'm going back to the other one, and just do one that you're confident with and go with it.
Well, but that's the problem. Like the first bracket I did, and I generally will come in like we were talking yesterday. I do a bracket without a lot of research. I just do a bracket. I got Kentucky winning. Thought I'd end up with Gonzaga winning. Mark Few's going to get one. I like Gonzaga.
Yeah.
But I saw what happened in Gonzaga last year to Baylor in the championship game. They might be a better team, but, and then,
I'm just afraid everybody's going to pick Gonzaga.
Well, that's it. How many people are actually picking Kentucky to win?
Nobody. Nobody's picking Kentucky. I'll tell you that right now.
I am.
No one.
And I'm going to win this thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to take your money, Kentucky. Joe Reinagle.
You know how many times Kentucky has broken my heart in a tournament bracket? Numerous times. They like to take your heart out of your chest, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it.
They're not quite the heartbreakers that Kansas is.
Well, Kansas, yeah, but I've never been sold on Kansas. I still love Baylor, but it's just so hard to repeat. I don't think they're going to repeat, but I think they make the Final Four. At least I have them there. So, I may tweak my champion, because there's one team that I really like, and I think they're going to do really well.
Who?
Well, why should I tell you?
Because we do a sports talk radio show, and that's why people listen.
Oh. I like Tennessee.
Okay,
I really do, and I think Tennessee has got an opportunity.
I've got Tennessee
to win it all.
Four.
Well, I do too. In fact, I have two SEC teams in the Final Four, them and Auburn.
Really?
Playing each other for the right to get beat by Gonzaga. Now, that's my bracket right now.
So you've got Gonzaga winning it all?
I do. But
you're that guy.
That may change. That might change. I've got till 11 o'clock on Thursday to change my bracket.
And I'll tell you what, if you're looking for places to go watch the games, San Antonio Sports Star is going to be live out at Twin Peaks, basically all day Thursday and all day Friday. From noon until 7, we'll be at the Twin Peaks Thursday at 151 and 410. So over there at Westover Hills.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, we're going to be at the Park North location, which is 410 in Blanco.
Thank you.
Or San Pedro.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me the address. Well, I didn't know what the North Park or Park North location was.
How long have you lived here?
Well, I know where Twin Peaks is, but I didn't know they called it Park North. So now
it used to be Central Park Mall,
right,
and North Star Mall.
Okay.
They're kind of right there, so it's just Park North. They stole a little bit of both.
Okay. Well, now I know, and it's also 410 in Blanco.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I plugged in Park North in my GPS, it wouldn't know where to go.
I'm sure it would, because that's what they call it.
Twin Peaks. Here we come.
You want to read Rob's line?
Sure.
You should read that last line there.
Let me put my glasses on.
Here, you don't need your glasses for that, but you might for the.
So yeah, let's read that. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Rob does it better.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, no, that just sounded creepy. Not that he doesn't.
He doesn't? Come on, are you kidding me? Oh, those scenic views.
Edwin, who sounds creepier, Rob or Reinagle when he does that? You're pointing at Joe. I mean, it's a radio show, so we talk, not point.
See, this is not fair, though.
It's not even close, Joe.
Because Edwin knows Rob's the boss. So was he going to, put Rob down?
I was thinking about picking him because he's an A&M fan, but,
Whoa.
I'm a Longhorn fan, unfortunately.
Yeah. Me too. And they're going to lose the Virginia Tech in the first round.
Well, they haven't been good in anything in a long time.
Especially the tournament. Sad, isn't it, Jason?
It is. But
it's going to be fun. I love the tournament.
Yeah, those scenic views will help with some of the sadness.
Those scenic fuse will help, right?
Shoulder or something to cry on.
And they got great food and drink too. So,
They
I
do.
mean, they've got it all.
They do.
Because remember the first part of that, eats, drinks, and then I can't even do it now.
What do you got? Performance anxiety?
Those scenic views.
Oh, good Lord,
Oh,
man. Do we want to
man.
talk Deshaun or Randy Gregory?
Well, it's interesting, Deshaun, because I think he may end up with a team that nobody's even talking about right now. I mean, Cleveland just pops into the picture today out of the clear blue sky. Atlanta, too. So, I mean, we were all talking yesterday, New Orleans and Carolina really wants this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then in pops Cleveland, in pops Atlanta, and there's got to be others out there that are trying to figure out a way is how do we get Desean Watson, because we need a quarterback.
I look at the Cleveland situation from a competitive standpoint, to me, is the best situation for Deshaun Watson.
And you've sold me on that.
They've got the running game. They've got wide receivers. They got a tight end. They need everything but a quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you're Deshaun Watson and you think about your legacy, if you could be the guy that turns it around in Cleveland,
wow, you'd be a hero.
Nobody is going to ever bring up massages to you again.
No.
Nor will you ever have to pay for one.
Well, you probably wouldn't in Cleveland.
I mean, a lot of times say you'll never have to buy a meal again. You know what I mean? If he could end that long list of quarterbacks, failed quarterbacks in the city of Cleveland, he would be a hero. And you're down the road from the Hall of Fame, and if he could turn Cleveland around, he's in.
Who was the last one? Bernie Kosar?
Probably.
I mean, that actually did well and took that team somewhere.
Wow. Who was handing the ball to Jim Brown? Was it Otto Graham?
Wow, that was
I mean,
that's even before my time. But Bernie Kosar. I mean, they had some pretty good teams when he was a quarterback.
Bernie Kosar in the playoffs, and then of course, the drive.
Yeah.
The heartbreak in Cleveland.
Right.
I know there's a couple of Browns fans that listen. If you want to go through the laundry list and refresh our memories,
what was his name?
Feel free to call in at 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Brian Sapp?
No, that's not right.
There was a Brian Hoyer.
No.
That was going to be a savior. Johnny was going to be the savior. Baker. I mean, you look at all the number one quarterbacks. I'm sure there's a laundry list of quarterbacks going even back to Tim Couch.
Oh, wow. Tim Couch.
You remember Tim Couch?
Yeah, I do.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Case Keenum actually was a quarterback.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Let's see. Of good quarterbacks, you got to go back to 1946 and Otto Graham. Then you're right. Kosar. Oh, Brian Sipe. Is that who you're thinking of in the late 70s?
Brian Sipe.
I was Kosar in the 80s. He wasn't it very long. Then you got Tim Couch, Doug Peterson, Kelly Holcomb, Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Grodkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace.
Wow.
Brandon Whedon, Thad Lewis, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, Connor Shaw, Josh McCown, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler, RG3, Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor. Those are all guys, and Nick Mullins last year got in one game. Those are all guys that have started for the Cleveland Browns since Tim Couch in 1999. After the comeback, I forgot about Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny Testaverde, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But remember, the Browns went away for a while. So since they came back in 99, those starting with Tim Couch, Ty Detmer, he got in a couple of games in that 99 season because Tim Couch apparently got hurt. He only played in 2 games.
Bernie Kosar was still the best.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure, but I think.
Well,
if I remember correctly.
Otto Graham? Anybody remember those great Otto Graham years from 1946 to 1955?
Now, was that the Jim Brown years?
No, I don't think Jim Brown was that old, was he?
He was fit, 60s?
Yeah, I think he was 60s because he had a helmet.
Yeah.
Otto Graham used to fold up his helmet after the game and use it as a wallet. I mean, let's be honest.
See, I'm getting texts from my good friend Marcus Floyd telling me it was Brian Sipe.
Yeah. We already got there.
Oh, I know. He was a little late.
But if you're it's normal for Marcus. If you're Deshaun Watson and you look at that team right now with their running game, now granted, tough division.
Yeah.
But winnable.
I don't know how tough it is. I mean, you've got Cincinnati. Pittsburgh really is not that great.
Dude,
Baltimore, perhaps.
Mitch Trubisky, and then you got Lamar. I mean, and you've got the AFC quarterbacks in there. But again, you look at Cleveland's offense with their run game, and I like their coach. And Cleveland makes the most sense. It depends on what kind of players that they would have to give up in return.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still convinced that it's going to be a team we're not even thinking about.
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't, because I think everybody's going to come out of the woodwork and realize that Deshaun Watson is, even though he hadn't played in a year, I mean, he's a top 5 quarterback. And to get a top 5 quarterback, a talent like Deshaun Watson, I mean, you're going to look at each other if you're in a GM and an owner's box and say, man, go find out what we have to do to get Deshaun Watson in this quarterback room.
All right. Just without looking at people's draft capital.
Right.
Because it is Nick Caserio and Jack Easterby, could he end up in New England?
They don't need him there. I think they're happy with Mac Jones.
If you have a chance to get a Deshaun Watson at 26 over Mac Jones,
of course,
wouldn't you go that route?
Of course you would.
So you look in the AFC East, Buffalo set at quarterback. He wouldn't go to the Jets. He's already scratched the Dolphins, maybe the Patriots. In the AFC North, you've got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Steelers. I thought Pittsburgh would be a great spot for him, but clearly that isn't going to happen. Cleveland makes sense. He's not going anywhere in the AFC South. The AFC West is set unless the Raiders were going to make a deal, and you send them out the Raiders, and their things are legal. So,
yeah, but you send Derek Carr somewhere else, and that's been talked about.
Mm-hmm. He's scratched everybody in the NFC East.
Yeah, but I'm surprised because when you look at Philadelphia, I think that's a team that
if I'm deciding between Cleveland and Philly, it's Cleveland.
Well,
it's Cleveland.
Talent-wise, you're right. They've got the most
talent-wise and coaching-wise, it's Cleveland. The NFC North, Chicago maybe.
Oh, no.
That's
where quarterbacks go to die.
Well, that used to be Cleveland.
Right.
Like Deshaun's going to resurrect the tradition of quarterbacks going there to die. I don't see Chicago making a move. I don't see Detroit in play. Green Bay and Minnesota are set at quarterback.
No, Detroit could be in play, right? With Jared Goff.
But again, he's not going to waive his no trade clause to go play in Detroit.
I just thought we were in fantasy land right now.
Well, no, well, you can be in fantasy. I'm looking at realistic options, right? In the NFC South, everybody not named Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Is on the list.
Right.
In the NFC West, San Francisco, he's apparently scratched Seattle off the list.
But see, I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think Seattle would be a great spot for Deshaun Watson.
I agree, except by all reports, he is taking them off the list.
Well, by all reports, did he ever have Cleveland on the list? I mean, if I'm Deshaun Watson,
he's meeting with Cleveland.
I'm just saying though, if he wanted to go to Miami, so let's see, I want to go to Miami, but I'll take Cleveland. So I don't know.
Can you negotiate in the use of the private jet for 150 hours a year?
Maybe. I'm just saying. I just don't know. I just think it's going to be a team that we're not. I don't think anybody has been ruled out. I think if somebody came and Pete Carroll called Deshaun Watson and said, "Hey, we want you here," and we've got the draft capital because they do now since they traded Russell Wilson away. They've got the pieces to make a deal. I think Deshaun ends up in Seattle, and it's a good spot for him.
I do too, except I don't know if I would want to, if I'm Deshaun, as a young quarterback, marry up with Pete Carroll right now because of his age. He's one of the older coaches in the NFL, and that team has gone downhill for several years in a row with a lot of cap issues. How competitive are they going to be? They've got a couple of receivers in DK Metcalf and
yes, they do.
Lockett. But when their deals are up, are they going to stick around? Now, they probably do if Deshaun is your quarterback. I like Seattle for him, but if he has scratched them, I could see New England being a dark horse. I could see Cleveland. He has scratched the NFC East, possibly Chicago. Atlanta, Carolina, that's going home for him. So you look at the number of teams, but there's about 5 or 6 real options for Deshaun Watson that are competitive. That's why I don't understand New Orleans. I don't know what New Orleans has that he would be attracted to.
I mean, they're so far.
And quite frankly, Miami could still be in play.
Of course they could.
But that's a team, you wonder, if they suspend a dude for a year for betting $1,500, what do they do to a franchise that was paying the coach to lose games?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to be able to prove that, first of all. That's just an allegation.
Sure.
So you got to be able to prove that. So, I don't know. I'm of the opinion I hope that doesn't happen or didn't happen, because that's worse than anybody putting $1,500 on something.
All I know is wherever Deshaun goes, he's going to have a nice roof over his head on a big old house.
And you know what? He's probably because he's going to call Stevens Roofing. That's why. That's why he's going to have a great roof over his head. Stevens Roofing, fortunately for us, are right here in San Antonio and South Texas, and they are proud to be here. It's a family-owned company. They're a local company. They're not one of those fly-by-night guys that comes in, in a whim when there's been a hailstorm or something happens to people's roofs. They're here, and they're going to be here. Been here for a long time. They're going to be here for a long time. In fact, they're licensed by the city of San Antonio, and they can do it all. There's not any job that they won't take on, whether it's commercial or residential, metal, composition. They're going to give you a free estimate. They can finance it for you if you need to do that. But here's the best part, at least in my opinion. If you've got an insurance claim, they're going to work with your insurance company to work out all those details so they can get to work. And then after they get to work, they get it done. They're going to guarantee that work in writing, and they're going to stand behind their work. So here's the number, 210-785-0994, or you can find out all about Stevens Roofing at stevensroofing.net. But just don't forget something that I'm going to tell you. Stevens Roofing is your local roofer.
This is the greatest stage for all of sports. March Madness is upon us. The big dance. We've got you covered. That's why we keep you up to date with the latest from the tournament. Are you ready for the madness? San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Wait, aren't these all charitable donations?
At Magda's Tax Prep, every person
I'd rather
counts.
not have to file for an extension.
She needs new auditors to maximize returns on her family time.
On itemized deductions. Hey, can someone help with these 1099s?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K, how convenient.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Join San Antonio's Sports Star crew this Thursday and Friday at our tournament takeover live from Twin Peaks. It's our annual event. It's the best time of the year. It's tourney time, and we're heading to Twin Peaks with halftime in the Blitz 2 days in a row. We're getting started with halftime at noon and keeping you filled with upsets and bracket busters through the Blitz at 7 o'clock. The madness begins at Twin Peaks this Thursday and Friday from noon to 7. Thursday will be at Twin Peaks Westover Hills at 410 and 151. And Friday, we're at Twin Peaks Park North. See you at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Rob Thompson and Rudy J. Don't rush. It's R&R in the morning. Tomorrow morning at 7, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rudy J. Your home for sports talk is right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
And make sure and wake up with Rob and Rudy tomorrow morning, every weekday morning, 7 to 10. Always good stuff. It is the Blitz. He's Joe. I'm Jason. Tomorrow, come have a beer with us.
Yeah, come on.
We're going to be out at the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road from 4 to 7. And what has become a Blitz tradition, we stick around.
Of course we do.
Ryan Eagle's retirement life has been fantastic.
It really has. You know, I had no clue that people actually did things on weeknights other than go to work.
So we're live tomorrow at the Rue Pub from 4 to 7 for the Blitz. Joe, we'll stick around, have some beers and dinner after. The interesting thing as you talk about that, you know, life being different, what you're going to get is somebody's going to send you a random text that say, hey, we're doing HH over here. Like, what the hell is HH? Happy hour.
Happy hour. Can't do happy hour.
We are your happy hour entertainment.
That's right.
At the Rue Pub.
Yes.
We watch you guys drink.
So we need to talk the Rue Pub into extending happy hour till about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, their happy hour is 11 to 6 every day.
Oh, well,
yeah.
They can go another 2 hours.
Exactly.
Come on.
They could
do that.
We know people. We'll have to put in the request. But come hang out with us tomorrow, 4 to 7 there. Make sure you get to sasportstar.com. If you've done any grilling, like your steaks from last night, upload those photos at sasportstar.com. I know some guy had some ribs on the smoker last night.
I saw that.
Yeah, don't tweet at us. That doesn't get you in. I mean, we like seeing those tweets, but that doesn't get you in the running for the $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market that we give away every Thursday at 6 for grilling with the Blitz. So make sure you upload them there. And while you're there, get your bracket filled out, be a part of our challenge where you could win $1 million if you've got yourself a perfect bracket.
I think mine's perfect this year.
You already shut your camera off?
I didn't do it on purpose.
You're trying to leave early?
I didn't do it on purpose.
Well, yeah, you did. You're trying to pack up and race right out of here.
I am.
Get home and watch The Bachelor on
ready.
time.
I'm
we
ready.
know what you're up to. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the Rue.
Halftime with Michael Jimenez.
We got callers coming in.